Another week, another swimmer sink. Welcome back to SOS 73. We've got a bunch of matches lined up for y'all, and it's all going to be very exciting. I'm Nito, and with me is Shads. How are you doing, Shads?
I am doing great. We are starting things off with Duck and Cover versus Yume Star. I'll admit, not very familiar with Duck and Cover, but Yume Star last weekend actually came second in our other tournament, Low Ink. So it's going to be cool to see them fight again.
Oh my goodness, Yume Star went undefeated all the way up into grand finals. I can't wait to see what they do against Duck and Cover, which these names you might actually recognize. You've got Brush from BLT, Snack from Puzzle Moon, Swampy and Taku from Symphony, and Dali, I believe, is from Miracle. So we got a bunch of talent on this team.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I personally can't wait to see what's going to happen. We've got our map list up. It's Splatzone's Piranha Pit to start things off. I will fully admit, I'm biased. I don't like this map mode combination, but I'm weird, so...
Alright, Splat Zone's on Piranha Pit. And you can bet that Piranha Pit is one of those very narrow maps, so you can bet you're gonna see some stuff like maybe rain, possibly even. I mean, Splat Zones. I wouldn't expect Ray here, but you've got it's narrow, but at the same time, right at the middle, you got so much space to work with. So paint, as always, especially on Splat Zones, is always a top priority. So you're definitely gonna see a lot of that here.
If we see a Ray, it will probably be from a C-Jet, but I would not be surprised to not see one. I think if we do see any backlines, it's either going to be a Charger or it's going to be a V-Jet. And even then, I'd put more money on the V-Jet. In terms of other weapons mode that I would love to see, even though it is flat zones, blasters can do a lot of work on this stage, so it would be fun to see a comp that really works around providing enough paint for a blaster to just go ham on the enemy team. Sloshers work great here. Anything that can drop something off the edge of one of those conveyor belts and just kill people that are on the other side of them with a surprise attack, it's going to be really strong.
And as we speak about this match, we're going to head into game one. Duck and Cover in the yellow and Yume Star in the purple. We got Duck and Cover opting for the Zap, K-Shot, C-Jet, and a Tri-Nouveau. Nice pick there. And Yume Star with the traditional, more meta-ish comp with the Zap, Squeezer, Splash, and another C-Jet.
Yeah, so we do see Stingray from both teams. Stingray coming out from Yume Star very quickly. Aaron does run a lot of special charge up, so that will help them get it very, very swiftly. And Yume is going to get the first cap of the zone. You can see Blue is going to get that squeezer ready. They have the bubbles, so when Duck and Cover tries to push back in, they can use them. The bubbles come out now. One member down on Duck and Cover. They got two down on Duck and Cover, so that's going to be a little hard to push in on us.
Yeah, it looks like from the get-go, Yume Star is doing a lot of work there, and so far we've seen complete domination from them. We've seen from last Low Inks. It looks like they're going to be keeping that momentum going, as Duck and Cover has yet to see a Splat come in. So they're definitely going to be looking for some kind of opportunity to head in, but Next having a little bit of trouble there as he's trying to find an opening, gets the armor in. Unfortunately, one member from Duck and Cover does go down. In fact, both teams have one member go down. Snack is going to try to find another pick here, and that's going to be an unfortunate move there, so they're going to see two players go down.
Yeah, Snack just got caught between three different people. We never want to be in a 1v3. Yume Star is in a very strong position right now. They can paint over those bombs. And Duck and Cover is really just going to have to rush the zone. Armor coming out now from Yume Star, bubbles coming out. That is going to make it very, very difficult for Duck and Cover to get any slats. 3 down right at the last 5 seconds. That is going to be a GG.
Yume Star doing what Yume Star does best, giving Duck and Cover no room for error there, completely shutting them down. And as you can see, they only got 3K combined, as much as the Splash did on Yume Star. So really good job there from Yume Star, especially defensively. You can see that Snack was trying to find an opening and nearly did, but Yume Star was able to quickly shut that down.
Yeah, Yume Star really played to the range of their comp very well. Duck and Cover just did not have anything to go up against the Squeezer and the C-Jet combined. They had the C-Jet, but with the C-Jet hanging back so much, trying to get raised to fight Aaron's raise, it was just really hard for them to get in. But it's one match. They can still turn this around. Tower controlling Fond Arctic Chemical is going to be kind of hard to do it on. This is a very stalemate kind of map.
Absolutely. I don't think I can see Yumi start making any changes to their comp either. This comp, as we've seen multiple times, is very effective, especially on tower control. You have the missiles from the siege jet ready to lock and load at any moment, and you've got the splash for the aggressiveness, a squeezer especially able to shut down plat very quickly. So I think we may be able to see more of the same, especially from Sneck. That try on Inkplot, very effective here.
Try can be effective pretty much most maps, though. But it
It's
is a
true.
good ledge camping platform. I mean, you've got the ledge to get up on the plat, you've got the ledges on the stacks, and tower control does have the little step that you can flank onto the enemy plat with, so it could be a very good surprise attack weapon here. They're going to have to work really hard, though, to make sure that Yume Star doesn't see them coming up that step, because otherwise they're going to be sitting ducks.
No pun intended. Actually, pun intended. Why not? But as we head into game 2 of round 1, and we're going to see actually the same comps from both teams. So, not many changes there, except we do have a T-Tech coming out from Yume Star. I nearly had to point that out to myself. But as we get started, the Stingray is going to start coming out. And going to try to find one pick, gets the armor, and might get a pick here. Gets very close, but isn't able to get it, so I'm going to go ahead and start off in a pretty neutral battle. They're only going to get 2 points off the board to get 2 down. Duncan Cover goes 2 down. Yume Star is 1 down, but it looks like they're going to have an opportunity to keep it pushing. And they're going to get right bound on tower and right to business.
Yeah, 2 down, go very quickly on duck and cover. Lumina's going to use this Inkjet now to try and get some aerial support for their teammates, see if they can get them up onto the plat. You can see that they're watching that step very closely, make sure nobody's flanking through mid. It looks like Lumina's going to take that flank down, get onto the plat. One member of duck and cover does see them, though, so they're going to have to back off a little bit. That's not going to be a safe play for them to go right now. Armor's off, and it looks like 1 member down on each side of the team. Make that 2 down on the side, 3 down on the side of duck and cover. Can they get the 4? No, not quite. Taku's gonna back up a little bit, see if they can stay alive.
Great job there from, and I just forgot which team got the triple. Oh my goodness, what a brain fart from me. But as I say that, Yume Star gets 2 down on duck and cover, so they're going to keep it going, hopefully get past this checkpoint. And they're so close to getting past that checkpoint. Blue's going to get back on it, and they get that checkpoint down. Next, going to give them a little bit of trouble, though, as they go 3 down. Oh, there's a DC from USR. Oh,
yeah, that's going to be interesting. Okay, so it looks like Yume Star is stopping playing. Most likely that's because they still are within the DC time limit. So since they stopped playing, they're within the DC time limit and they're within the DC rule amounts for the scores. This game will be replayed. So even though Doc and Cover is going to do a quick knockout right now, it's not going to count. But this is where things get dangerous, because if Yume Star gets another DC, they won't have that replay anymore. And actually, since members are shooting at members of Duck and Cover, I'm not sure actually what people will rule. That's a hard call there at the end, because the members of Yume Star were definitely shooting at Duck and Cover, but they had already stopped playing, so I'm not really sure if that would be considered starting to play again or not.
Though I should mention that the DC did have been past 50 remaining, so we might be looking at potentially a gentleman's replay here, but so far, as of now, Duck and Cover has that game in the bag. So very odd situation here. We might be seeing a gentleman's replay coming in from Yume Star or Duck and Cover, but even then, without the replay, this shifts a lot of momentum.
Yeah, that's kind of a momentum shift that you never want to see. It's really, really hard when you have a DC and then you've been doing so well and all of a sudden the DC comes in and you just kind of get steamrolled.
Yes, Yume Star came into game 2 with lots of momentum, especially from that excellent performance on Zones Piranha, so they're definitely going to be looking at, okay, let's make sure none of us DC now, and they're definitely going to be looking at how they can respond here at Rainmaker Starfish. Since it seems that we're going to be heading in ahead, and Rainmaker Starfish tied 1-1, so lots to play for here for both teams.
Yeah, probably they're trying to straighten that out in the battle fire right now. So let's see which one gets set up next.
Oh my goodness, these DC rules. Lots of fun to play with.
Okay, call on the field is no replay, head to game 3. But I do believe that also means that Yume Star still has a DC replay left in the set since they didn't use it. So that's a little bit of a reassurance for Yume Star. So let's say something terrible happens, Aaron doesn't stay in the lobby again, and they poof within the allowable DC limitations, they get a replay still. So that's gotta be at least some tiny bit of good news.
Yeah, now I think Yume Star has a little bit more of a do-over here. So let's say they see some another DC again. They've still got another do-over. Good for them, but they do lose a set in the process. What this means for Yume Star, again, just a momentum shift. We could see Duck and Cover actually come back into this Rainmaker Starfish match and take it all. But again, we saw how effective Yume Star was in zones, but Rainmaker could be a little bit different could be a little bit more different for them, especially considering that the objective in the zones a little stationary. But Rainmaker, you've got a little bit more to work with because you got a little bit more mobility.
Yeah, and given how aggressively Yume Stars plays, I mean, they like to get up into their enemies' faces. This is a mode that they're going to be very, very good at.
Absolutely, I think this is the same. Actually, no, I was thinking about Tower Starfish, which I saw Yume Star last, which I believe was also Winners Finals, and I think they won that as well. Well, I mean, they won 3-0 in Winners Finals, but we're gonna see how this affects both teams heading into Game 3 now.
Yep, for sure. So Yume Stars in the blue, Duck and Cover in the yellow teams loading in. We do already see a change on both teams, so essentially, Swampy dropped the K-Shot and picked up the T-Tech. Limeade dropped the T-Tech, picked up the K-Shot. So basically the two of them met in the middle of the map and separated weapons. And it looks like Yume Star is going to get the first pop. Members are already getting their specials very quickly. The NZEB uses their Ink Armor. Aaron almost has a Stingray, and here it comes out. Meanwhile, no specials on the side of Duck and Cover, so they're really going to have to try and survive the special onslaught. The T-Tech does go down. They have armor and raid now. They use their armor. Will we see the raid very soon? Probably not. I would assume that it would have gone off by now.
Yeah, it's starting to be a very neutral battle here for both teams. We're not going to see the raid come out soon enough until they're ready for a push. So we're going to wait. They're going to be waiting for both teams, waiting to see which one gets the opportunity. In fact, the raid's going to start coming out now. But Yume Star is going to be the one that gets the jump. Actually, they go 3 down now. Duck and Cover is going to take this opportunity. Says, you know what? Give me that Rainmaker. I'm going to start collecting some points. They're going to go all the way to 17 remaining. They might go for the KO here. Unfortunately not. They're going to go 2 down. 12 points remaining. An unlucky finish there, but still a huge lead right off the get-go.
And 12 is very good on this map. Anything that is above that ramp on this map generally is considered safe. So a very strong push for Duck and Cover. Swampy takes one down, but then gets taken down by Blue, who's running that squeezer. Or not Blue, B, so who's running that end zap. Stingray coming out now from Aaron on the side of Yume Star. You can see that one member of Duck and Cover is in the attic. The armor gave them away a little bit. Armor off of one person now. That's gonna be a little bit fun for the members of Yume Star who have their own armor now. They're pushing and using Zap and the bubbles to try and take back the mid.
And we gotta remember, just like you mentioned, this Yume Star is very aggressive when it comes to their pushes. They have a very talented squeezer on their side, so... And apart from that, all of their team has individual talent that can lead them to a very strong push here, as we see Swampy actually take out the squeezer from Yume Star. Duck and Cover has another opportunity right in their right around the corner, so they're gonna start popping some specials, start getting things going, and we're gonna see a little bit more of a neutral battle as they try to get someone down, and they do go one down, so Yume Star might be shifting the momentum here. They're gonna pick up the Rainmaker, and we're gonna see what they do with it next.
Swampy is in a very good charging spot. He does get found. The bomb doesn't find anyone. One of his teammates will come in and pick off that Rainmaker. The 2 down on the side of Yume Star. And it's a very different, contrasting play style here. Duck and Cover is playing very passively now that they have that big lead. You see that they're not really making a lot of pushes with the Rainmaker. They're just content to try and babysit in the mid. Next is going to take that Rainmaker up to the attic, which is actually not a bad place to stick it. It's going to be very hard to grab and get it out of there. 2 down on the side of Duck and Cover, 1 down on the side of Yume Star. Blue's going to try and pop this Rainmaker. They have Bubbles ready, they've got Ray ready, but they lost their armor member, who was also the one who's been picking up the Rainmaker, so they gotta wait for that to respawn.
Yeah, and like you said, they're starting to play. You can see Duck and Cover start to play a little bit more passively here. They know that 12 is going to be a very hard number to beat. It's very hard number to beat. I mean, they know Yume Star is more than capable of beating it, but they know that if they just play passively, they gotta let Yume Star make the mistake. They've gotta let them start feeding in, start doing exactly what they want them to do. They want them to be right in the position they want to be. So here comes Yume Star starting to make a push here. We've got some bubbles coming out, some missiles coming out, and they're going to start pushing in. They're going up to 30 remaining. Can they go even farther? 28 remaining. That's going to be the end of that push. And Lumina is going to try to get something going, but unfortunately, it's going to have to back up.
Yeah, Lumina had no choice there. 2 down, and then Aaron was back in mid with the Stingray, so she really had to back up. The members of Duck Cover are going to drop that Rainmaker over the side. That's a good play. You don't want to leave that sitting in your base. It does give Yume Star to pop, and this map is looking very, very blue.
Yes, lots of coverage here for Yume Star. They've got lots of room to work with 40 seconds left on the clock. Floppy's going to pop the Inkjet. Bit of a questionable position there to pop Jet, especially when you've got everyone surrounding you. Blue's going to start coming out with 2 picks. And they're going to start coming out with bubbles. Can they get all the way up to 12 remaining? They've only got Storm looking right ahead of them. They got the Swampy looking right behind with the T-Tex. Next is going to come in with a try. Dives in, is able to get 2 picks off of Yume Star. And that could very well be the 2 picks necessary to stop this whole game from going awry for Duck and Cover, as they're going to sneak it right along the wall. 10 seconds remaining. Snake's going to have to do a lot of work. He's going to reset it, actually. And it looks like this game's going to be going into overtime.
Yeah, that's definitely going to go to Yume Star for the pop, even with that Stingray. But 2 down on the field, that's going to be another one that's super weak by that Ray. And even if they had the members of Duck and Cover had a match to pick up that Stingray Rainmaker right there, the Stingray would have killed it. So a pretty strong reversal from Duck and Cover, because you figure Yume Star won that first game pretty handily. It's a toss-up to know how Game 2 would have gone, given there was the DC. But Duck and Cover really played this game well. They got a strong push, and then they just played a really solid defense.
Yeah, you can see they use their specials really effectively here, especially at the end when someone popped Stingray, and they were using that Stingray to sneak up right up to the Rainmaker in order to pick it up to end overtime. So they're effectively using their specials. They did absolutely everything they needed to do. That DZ changed the game for them, and Duck and Cover is going to be taking this win over Yume Star 2-1.
Yeah.
Right. So we're going to get a few words going around, get a little talking going.
Oh yes, we have many talking points to go over.
Of course, we can talk about actually a lot of action happened. We got Super Jump announced actually. So, how do you feel about Super Jump coming up?
I am excited. So, for those of you who all missed the announcement on last week Sunday, Super Jump 2 is going to be happening July 23rd through July 24th. It's going to be running next month instead of Low Inc., and it will feature a large prize pool, 2 waves of competition, and a quality live stream right here on twitch.tv/IPL Splatoon. This is going to be a 2-day format tournament. And everybody will make the second day. So even if you think that you don't have a chance of winning the prize, sign up anyway. You'll still get to day 2, and you will get in multiple matches, and they'll be close to your skill level. You can go to https://start.gg/SJ2 to sign up. It's right on the screen. We have a super jump command, I believe, so that way y'all can click on that in chat.
And it's so exciting to watch. There's a bracket for everyone, everyone from the highest of high level to anyone looking to get their feet, anyone looking to dip their feet in the comp splat pool. So we've got brackets for everyone. Everyone's going to make day 2, and everyone's going to get teams against them that are same level as them. So everyone's going to get an opportunity to make it to the top, and that's exactly what I love about Super Jump. Opportunities for everyone.
It's like the Oprah of Splatoon 2. You get a bracket, you get a bracket, everyone gets a bracket. I don't know if anybody will actually get that reference or not. I might have just made myself look super old there.
No, I totally get it. I mean, I was I even grew up watching Oprah a little bit. You know, my mom was always about like, oh my goodness, Oprah's on. She's gonna give away. She's gonna get everyone in the audience a free boat or something. I have no idea what she'd give away. I don't remember what she'd give away, but nah, don't worry. I'm sure there are people in the chat that get that reference. There's definitely someone out there.
Yeah. And
like
while we're on the subject of Splatoon majors, we also have a LAN that's coming up in September. It's going to be Riptide. It's happening September 9th through 11th at the Kalahari in Sandusky, Ohio. You'll be able to play Splatoon 2 there and Splatoon 3 there, because we'll have a special first LAN, first tournament on launch day of Splatoon 3. You can sign up today, and if you can't make the event, we're going to be in charge of streaming it. And aside from playing Splatoon, there's other games that's going to happen too. There's going to be Smash, Rivals of Aether. It's going to be a fun time.
And I cannot overstate this enough. The atmosphere at a LAN is so much more different than anything you'll get from an online tournament. The people there, the fun, the opportunities you get to just link with people you've met. And even through like Splatoon himself, you get to meet up with people in real life, and there's all these people here, all these all the communities there. Everyone's gonna start bringing stickers. Everyone's starting to bring stuff to hand out, and it's so awesome to see what the community does for each other, especially at a LAN. Like I cannot overstate enough. A LAN like this is a once in a lifetime experience that I highly encourage you to go if you have the ability to do so. Once in a lifetime.
Unless you went last year, then it's twice in a lifetime. So unfortunately, we do not have any other fun LAN announcements. I know that you all are highly disappointed. However, have you ever wanted to be where Nito and I are, sitting in the commentary booth? Have you ever wanted to look at the people in Help Desk and be like, oh my gosh, it's JPEG, it's Mr. Help Desk Man, I want to help him? We know you secretly do. See, Help Desk isn't just for the drama people and filling out bingo sheets. Help Desk is where the tournament gets made. Well, if you are one of these fine people, Inkling Performance Lab still has staff applications open. We are always looking for additions to our production and commentary teams, and if you are interested, there's a form that you can fill out. And if you're interested in more than one area, you can fill it out multiple times. There is no fee required. We would love to have you join.
Going to be taking a quick break here, so we're going to be right back with another exciting matchup to show y'all. Don't change the channel. We'll be right back. And that is the end of the break 100% speed run. Welcome back to SOS 72. Another exciting matchup lined up for you. Jericho Appreciation Society versus Koi. What do we think, Shads?
Well, Jericho Appreciation Society is one of the more creative names that I have heard, and I see Devi and Boshin on that team, so that's going to be a really fun match to watch. If anybody remembers the last time we had Devi on stream, they played Vanilla Hydra and won. So that was fun to watch. Koi is going to be a fun match team to watch as well. The Kyo is not the same Kyo as on FT Win. It's not Mr. Bucket Man that is possibly on a hiatus. It's a different Kyo entirely. But from what I remember of them the last time, it was a pretty cool team to watch. And also they have a really cool logo. How can you not like that fish?
Oh my goodness, it looks beautiful, doesn't it? And what's more beautiful is the results they actually got at Midnight Lights. So Midnight Lights 3-2 against 3-2 in the group stage wins against Prism and Yume Star, and a team we saw earlier. So heading into our map list real quick, we're going to be looking at some pretty exciting matchups here in the group stage. Let me go ahead and remember the map list real quick. Clams and Humpbacks, Zones Mako, and Tower Sturgeon. I can already tell Eider is looking at this map list and thinking, I am going to have a fun time here.
Devi is probably in love over this map list. Normally you wouldn't want to pick a slow weapon for Clam Blitz, but Humpback Pump Track, that is such a good map for Hydra. So it's really going to be fun. And of course, we see that they're running it. Meanwhile, the other team has elected to go no backline, which is kind of common in this meta. So, Jericho Appreciation Society is running the Missile Depth, the K-Shot, and the Vanilla Tri-Slosher, as well as that aforementioned Hydra, so double missile, double armor. Meanwhile, on the side of Koi, we see a mini, not a common support weapon that you see anymore, although it does have missiles. Another missile weapon in the form of the K-Shot, armor from the Junior, and the last one, their Slayer is running a Tensa 52. Common weapon you see nowadays, has Booyah and Wall. And Devi's going to be the first blood on this map going down. Looks like Koi's going to get the first push, and they're going to hopefully get a couple more clams in than just the one power clam.
Yeah, and you can see them starting to get in a little bit of trouble. The try from Jericho Appreciation Society is starting to give them a little bit of trouble. Actually, to get the trade on the K-House, that's going to be pretty big for them. And it looks like they're going to go with only one power clam in. So Jericho Appreciation Society is looking at a free power clam right now. So it looks like we're going to go back in that neutral battle. Pock's going to try to get a few picks in. Unfortunately, he's unable to, but he's going to have to back up. Does have those missiles, though. 2 missiles coming out from the side of... I'm just going to start saying JES, because that's quite a long name. But, yeah, it looks like they've got a few picks in. They got the armor in, and we might be looking at another push here.
Yeah, they're definitely gearing up for a push. They've got the one power clan. They've got another one in the ball underneath the basket. One down on each side of the field. Mini going down on Koi versus the K-Shot on the side of JAS. Eider is going to go over onto the right-hand elbow, see if they can get some sneaky little flank in. And Devi is sitting pretty in mid. Manages to get the pick off of, looks like K-Shot is one that went down. Members of Koi do have armor, so it's going to be a little bit hard to get picks on them right now. But JAS is in a really good position for a push.
See, Devi just does such a great job with the Hydra, using that range to her advantage, as you would expect for the backline. But you can see Devi is just very capable at spacing out their opponents. But oh my goodness, this is starting to turn into a very unlucky situation for JAS. Koi's going to get another push in, and they do get some war clams in, but the missiles are going to start coming out, going to start pushing them away. Eider does get one pick, but it goes down as well. There's Mini there with a double for Koi, and they get up to 37 points remaining. They get the full wipe now. The missiles are going to start to come out. They're going to start getting a few more clams in, and this could prove disastrous for JAS.
Yeah, those clams are still coming. Choo-Choo gets the last couple in, so this is going to be a knockout in favor of Koi.
And it looks like Koi has been given the gift of Jericho instead. Drink it in, man. Hope anyone gets that reference. But
I
Great
don't.
job there by Koi. It's just a little pro wrestling reference. Someone will get it. But, boy, doing a great job there, especially with that first push. Getting the picks to absolutely shut down JAS's and any attempts they had at trying to turn this around.
Yeah, really what really helped them is they had a lot to force the members of JAS to reposition. They had the double missile and they had the booyah. That is going to make it really hard to set up anywhere.
Oh
Moving
my.
on, though, we've got Splat Zone's Mako Mart. And this is going to be one where range is definitely going to be a bigger factor than I think it will be on Humpback. Humpback is a pretty small map, all things considered. Mako, though, you get sitting up on those stacks, you can see everywhere. You can watch the left-hand plat where your members of the enemy team are dropping. You can watch their exit where people might try to go for the right-hand stack. You can see all the way up into their spawn, and in some cases, with the longer range weapons, you can pick people from halfway across the map in there. So they're really going to have to work very hard to make sure that Debbie doesn't get set up on that stack, because if Debbie gets set up on that stack, it's over.
Yeah, and you might be expecting Koi to run similar comp to what they did here, something short range, because especially on short maps, why wouldn't you run short range? But again, like you said, Debbie, once Debbie gets set up, it's over for any short range weapon, especially on a map like Mako. But they do have that Tri-Slosher there, and Tri-Slosher, let me tell you, is an absolute godsend on maps like Mako Mart. Lots of ledge opportunities there, so we're gonna see what both teams run. And we're going to see more of the same. Actually, an Aerospray PG comes out. Oh my goodness, look at that. And Koi's going to be opting for more of the same. But I am so interested to see what that bronze Aerospray can come up with.
Yeah, Aerospray PG is it's a weapon that really you see it on one map mode, and that is Humpback Splat Zone. Certainly not Mako Zone, but it can pump out booyahs like there's no tomorrow, and given how aggressively Debbie plays the Hydra, it's not as much of a risk to lose one of your playing weapons to the spot of an Aerospray. Picked an unfortunate fight there, but with that mini, you're not really going to win most of your fights as an Aerospray. Your job is basically to be like a junior in paint.
Yeah, and you can start to see here, they're going to start taking some positions here that most Slayers are going to take on this map anyway. You're going to see Kyo from Koi start to take a position right below Plat, which is exactly where you want to be if you're in this type of a position where you're trying to get a lockout going. And Eider is able to take, as for that unlucky situation, into a pick. So good job from Eider there, but they're going to try to get the zone coming back in. Isn't quite able to. I think Koi is able to outpaint them. Actually, they might get the zone here. And they're going to be looking very close, but Koi is going to be taking the winning end of that fight.
Yeah, Koi did go one down though, and members of AS do have the armor from the Hydra. Double booyah coming out from the two different teams. Looks like K52 is going to try and get the fight with the Aerospray, but the Aerospray is going to win that thanks to a burst bomb combo. 2 down on the side of Koi, so this is going to be a really nice tap in favor of Jericho Appreciation Society. Debbie's going to set up over on the right-hand side of zone, which is not a bad place for a Hydra to set up. They're going to have to back off, though, because of those missiles. And those missiles are just going to make it so hard for Debbie to really get set up where she wants to be.
Yeah, and especially with one player down, you don't want to lose more than you have to. And speaking of which, it looks like Koi's going to start going 2 down. The missile's going to start coming out K-shot. On their K-shot, actually. 2 down still, as one player is starting to respawn. Eider's going to start looking at that right stack. That right stack is a very nice spot for try. And Eider's going to start making some moves. Going to have to back up, actually. Does have that armor ready, so you're probably looking at trying to preserve that, actually. So Debbie trying to get the pick. They did get 3 down on Koi. They are able to pop one booyah off, but it's not going to be enough as JAS just paints right over it like it's nothing. So they're going to try to assume a lockout position here, and that's going to be exactly what might get them the lead here. They're able to pop all the specials off. 24, 23, 22 remaining. They have gotten the lead, and Pac is going to try to pick a few fights there and have to back off a little bit, but 10 points remaining. This could very well be a win for them, and it's going to be gonna be very close. We're coming into the end.
Oh, the
My
Commentators
goodness!
curse. The Commentators curse scalped them. That is a full wipe on the side of JAS. And none of them are close to their specials except for the Arrow Spray, which can paint like crazy. And Koi does not have a very large penalty either. They only have 22 ticks remaining. So members of Jericho Appreciation Society are going to have to be really, really careful not to die here. Armor coming out from both teams. The Booyah came out from both teams. One down on each side of the map. Things are getting dicey. Penalty points are gone now, so this is where it is do or die. 2 down on the map. Either is going to be forcing back up really, really far with that try. And JS does manage to get that very crucial cap. Koi was just not able to sneak in and get it down to 1.
Those 2 picks from Debbie were proving to be the deciding factor in this game, as Debbie gets another few picks, gets one on the mini. So Debbie's going to try to start looking for another pick, does see that one player on the right stack, and it's going to be very close here, especially with the junior down, so they're going to lose a lot of paint there. They got a few players stuck on the left. Ivory's going to try to look for a push, try to get that push there, and it's able to get that pick. So it looks like things are starting to turn into JAS's favor, as Idra's going to start looking for another pick there. Try is very effective, especially on that area below plat, so this is definitely exactly where Idra wants them to be, but Idra's going to have to back up a little bit. Debbie in control of the zone. Do they see? Oh, they don't see it because they get splattered right before 2 down, a delayed 3 down for JAS as Koi's going to go back to business.
Yeah, missile coming out from Caustic on that mini. Another missile coming out as well. They do have the Booyah online, which should be able to stop people. The try goes down, 20 ticks remaining. Missiles coming out from Jericho Appreciation into Society. Pac is in the zone, not able to find the pick. The Booyah comes out. Booyah going onto zone. Motion is going to die to it. Members of JAS are going to feed in like crazy. 2 down, 3 down on the side of JAS. Players 2 down on the side. Make it a full wipe on JAS, and this is over. Koi getting the win right into overtime.
Oh my goodness, talk about a commentator's curse. I was starting to think that I was starting to talk about how those 9 points remaining were starting to become a crucial factor, but call it a commentator's curse, call it whatever you want. Koi was able to take a win from that, able to knock it straight down in overtime.
Yeah, JS just really got very staggered right at the end there, and sometimes you don't have a choice when it's that much of a time. You don't have time to wait for your team to all respawn and regroup and get your specials and go in together. But it's not over for JAS. They can still get a win here in terms of a single game, and that can make all the difference when it comes to being seeded into a higher or lower bracket.
Absolutely, it's not over yet. This one win can make the difference between what brackets you get into, and I'm sure JAS is going to be looking for a rebound here. Tower control on Sturgeon, another map for Ida to pop off on. So Koi's going to be taking a closer look at that, making sure they stop Ida from getting any sort of big push, any sort of big momentum here.
Yeah, honestly, this is a map where both teams' comps will do very well on. There's a lot of paint there, so Minnie's going to really be able to spam those missiles. But if Debbie gets set up on the grates or on the tower, she will tear through everything. The K-52 has plenty of cover to sneak up on anybody that's in mid, but the try is going to be able to get anyone on the ledges. And let's be real, there isn't a map where K-Shot isn't good.
Especially not in this type of meta. As we see the K-Shot return from JAS, as most of their comp returns actually, we still see the Bronze Aerospray making a comeback, and Koi is going to stick with the tried and true method of their comp, so looks like we're going to be seeing more or less the same from both teams.
But we do see something a little fun, something a little funky and off meta, and I am not talking about that Aerospray. Debbie has broken out the V-Hydra again. So the last time, full confession, this happened, I thought that Debbie was a little bit nuts, but Debbie won and proved me wrong, so I fully believe in Debbie's V-Hydra now.
There is a method to everyone's madness, and I can't wait to see what Debbie has in store for us today. But it looks like JS is in a little bit of trouble, but they do get 2 down. This is going to change the push for Koi. Actually, they do get 2. Look at Eider able to drop off the spinner, get 2 down on Koi, and that's going to shift the momentum there, and that's exactly where you want to be if you're a tri-main. Right on top of that spinner, you've got a bird's eye view on top of the enemy territory, so that's exactly where you want to be, although this spinner's starting to drop off a little now, so it looks like Eider's going to have to look elsewhere, but they do go, Koi does go 1 down, Debbie in a little bit of trouble there, able to have a splash down to make a quick getaway, but Koi is now 2 down. JS sitting pretty here, actually.
Yeah, another down on the side of Koi. Eider's going to try and get another pick. They do manage to force the member that they were going after back to the court. And now they're sitting on the snipe, which is a great place for any slosher being to really sit, or a roller if you have a roller on your team. Puck is going to go down to the Kenta 52, who I believe is now going after the K-Gal. 2 down on the side of Koi versus 1 that just respawns on the side of JAS. So this is a really good position for them to be in. They're going to get to this first checkpoint pretty quickly. Booyah coming out, that's going to help prevent any member of Koi from getting in and stopping them from taking this checkpoint. 1 down on the side of JS though, so I don't know how much further they can extend this push. They do get the lead though.
Yeah, and Eider keeps finding the pushes to keep this push going. Hopefully for JAS fans, you're going to be hoping that Eider is going to get all the picks that they need to keep these pushes going. But as soon as I say that, Eider goes down to the K-Gal from Koi, and Koi is going to be turning this right around. Hopefully, if you're a Koi fan, you're going to be hoping that they can reach that second checkpoint faster than JAS can. As they're going to start getting into that push, they have 2 specials at the ready. They're going to start popping those specials. Missiles are going to start to come out, but it looks like Koi might be able to reach it in time.
1 down on the side of JAS, 2 down on the side of Koi. They do manage to get the lead, but that is a full wipe on the side of Koi. Not what you want to see, especially since you know that the members of JAS are going to be painting up that map, turning it yellow, and they're going to be setting up in those power spots again. Debbie's going to be on the tower. Boshin's going to be painting the map for those Booyah. Eider's going to get up onto the snipe. This is going to be really hard for Koi to stop since they only have the 1 special ready. Boshin launches that Booyah on the Grace, manages to get 1. Debbie goes down to a member of, looks like, not the Mini. Although the Mini did manage to get another, so that actually is a very effective stop on the side of Koi. Taking what could have been a very, very deadly push by JAS and cutting it right into its tracks.
Oh, look at the Mini starting to put in the work! The triple! From the Mini, look at that! Oh my goodness, they're going to try to go for the quad here. The Aerospray is going to have to back up, but my goodness, that Mini putting in the work for Koi, that is going to prove to be huge for Koi as they start to move closer and closer to that second checkpoint. And they do get the 2 down, and fortunately Koi goes 3 down. But there's still 1 member on the tower is able to jump away. They do get half the checkpoint down, but this is starting to look a little bit more desperate for JAS as they try to find an answer.
Yeah, 25 is a really good push on this map. Of course, on the flip side, once you get down that low, it starts snowballing like crazy. So 1 good wipe could be all it needs. Debbie has Splashdown ready. Not sure what they're going to do with it. They're going to be going for the super aggressive play with the Hydra. Doesn't manage to get anybody, but they did manage to land the Splashdown, so close to that. And that is 3 down on the side of Koi. That is not what you want to see. Kha'Zix is going to be forced off the map by that Booyah. That is just really bad for them. 1 down on the side of Koi, 2 down on the side of Koi now. Looks like we actually might have a last-minute DC as well. I think the K-Shot might have pooped right at the end. I'm not sure. But JAS manages to get past that checkpoint, and with the almost full wipe right at the end, smashes into the goal and gets the KO.
Oh my goodness. And regardless of whether or not that DC happened, that crucial mistake by the Mini proved to be exactly what JAS needed. And I'm not sure if y'all going to get this reference as well, but Koi just made the list. But regardless, JAS is able to take 1 game off, making it 2-1. They did not go down without a fight.
Yeah, you always like to see the games where it gets right down to the wire.
Absolutely not. Love watching those matches, especially the Mini And you saw the mini putting in a lot of work there against JAS. Get the triple there that caused them that to 25 points remaining. But JAS able to rebound, making use of those crucial mistakes that Koi made.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if we have our next match yet, which, if memory serves me correctly, will be Cherry Limeade versus LYRE.
Oh my goodness, I am excited. I love watching Jerry Limeade play, especially Krim. Those Glugas are not something you usually see in comp, but Krim, my goodness, is able to use those Glugas extremely well. I think you
And we
guys
have
are going to be excited.
everybody's favorite junior main, Lily. Shiny Boy is a really good Charger player in a meta where you really don't see Charger too often. Raze, of course, I believe is a Raze that works at IPL. See, even if you want to staff our tournaments, people, you can still play in them. And then rounding out Cherry Limeade's roster, we have Pika, everybody's favorite Bulbobber. Meanwhile, on the side of... Oh, we are getting told that we need to push something instead of talking about the next match, which is okay. We'll have time to talk about it. So, what are you going to do on the weekend of the 23rd and 24th of July, Nito?
Let me check my schedule real quick. Let's see. Wake up, breakfast with Patches the cat. Wait! I actually got something there. It's called Super Jump 2, and you can sign up as well. Super Jump's going to be a Splatoon 2 major tournament coming up on July 23rd and 24th. Everyone is able to make it into day 2, one of the most exciting Splatoon 2 majors, because everyone gets an opportunity to make a second bracket, regardless of what your skill level is, regardless of how good you might be. Everyone makes day 2. Everyone gets a bracket in their skill level. Everyone gets an opportunity to make something huge happen here, and I think that's one of my favorite parts about this tournament.
Yeah, everybody will get a chance to play on day 2, and it's gonna be really, really fun to watch. So, hopefully we will see you in the stream, or playing, preferably playing, but if you can't play and you come and visit us in the stream, that'd be cool too, really cool.
Absolutely. We can't wait to watch not only the players but the chat. The chat means just as much to the players as the game itself. So we can't wait to see you all then. And while we're at it, we are going to take a short break. We are going to be coming back with an exciting matchup set for y'all. So don't change the channel. We'll be right back. Welcome to the fastest intro speedrun, as we're going to be heading quickly into the next match, Cherry Limeade versus LYRE. Both very fun teams to watch, of course. Cherry Limeade with a lot of talent on their team, and LYRE no short of talent on their own.
Yeah, very quick speedrun entrance. We have talked about Cherry Limeade, so let's talk about LYRE. We have Connor, we've got 1-2 LYRE, which we're just going to call LYRE for the sake of confusing everyone and ourselves. Zeal, Jakub, Ping, and Drake, and we are going to start things off on Rainmaker Manta Maria.
It's a pretty cool map. It's a very narrow map, and I heard it's Manta Maria's favorite map. I'm not sure who Maria is, but they're a Manta, so...
It's Marina's next door neighbor.
Ah, of course. The lesser known idol. B-roll idol.
Yeah. And of course it's Rainmaker, so we might luck out and see everybody's favorite Sploosh 7 hammering down the streets.
Absolutely. Sploosh 7 on Rainmaker, it used to be such an uncommon pick, but nowadays you just love to see that Sploosh 7 because it can cause so much havoc, and it's just so fun to watch as we head into match 1. Rainmaker on Manta, LYRE in the yellow, Cherry Limeade in the purple. Look at that ink brush. That's going to be an exciting player to watch as we see a Junior Squeezer K-Shot and a K-Octobrush from the side of LYRE. And from Cherry Limeade, we see the ink brush Nouveau, ballpoint Nouveau, Junior, and the Squeezer to top it all off.
Yeah, you don't really see a lot of brushes. It's one of those weapons that you would think would be very easy to use, and it's not. Mainly because it requires you to sacrifice your finger mobility for like the rest of your life just to play it well. And Ping is gonna get shiny right off the get-go. That is a 3 down, make that a full life on the side of Cherry Limeade. Hammer coming out from that brush. They're gonna chuck it because there's no point in using it when you've got nobody live. But Ping is gonna go down to Crib, who is on that squeezer. Shiny is not in a great position with that ballpoint. He's going to jump back to the mask, which is much better. Pika's going to get somebody with that brush. Going to get 2, actually. Make that 3 down on the side. Full wipe on the side of LYRE. So, quite a quick reversal, and only a push to 39. That is not a lot on this map, actually.
Yeah, and especially with a wipe like that, LYRE's got to be asking themselves, how did we end up losing more than we ended up having to lose there? Because, especially, like you said, 39, not that big of a lead here. That could very well change in a matter of minutes. But as I say that, Shiny's going to have someone flanking them. Shiny's not going to be able to find that pick. Oh, that's 3 down for Cherry Limeade. LYRE's going to have to find some paint there to get this push going. But it looks like we're going to be seeing a lot of turning around for the lead here. I mean, not the lead, but a lot of 3 down, 4 down exchanging going on here.
Yeah, the missiles managed to get the Rainmaker on the side of LYRE, so that's why that push didn't go anywhere. Shiny's going to pick up the Rainmaker. You can see the brush is dropping into the bunker, from the bunker onto that Rainmaker. And Lily's going to have to back up here with that Junior, using the armor to try and help their teammates stay alive. Not able to save the Squeezer and the bubble combo. Zeal is just going for style points, I think, with that bubble pop on the ballpoint, not able to get it though, which is kind of unfortunate. That would have been a sick Twitter clip right there.
Oh my goodness. Those bubbles, you really have to play carefully around them. As tempting as it is to just sneak around them like you would with a Kraken from Splatoon 1, you're so tempted to just try to schmoove your way around and maybe even throw a bomb to throw them off, but as soon as I say that, LYRE goes 2 down, Cherry Limeade goes 1 down, but they still have a lot of momentum, and actually they're both now 2-2. They do take the lead with the drop from Shiny, and again, 37 points to just a tiny little lead, but it could prove to be big here for Cherry Limeade.
Yeah, Cherry Limeade does have beacons on their side. It is important to note that because that will help them get jumps back in the mid, even when they do have full life. Grim is going to hide in those bubbles to try and see if they can stay alive. Manages to get the trade with the K-Brush, but two down in quick succession on the side of Cherry Limeade, and as one respawns, a third goes down, so this is not looking to be a great position for him. I think he's going to jump into the bunker, see if they can stay alive a little bit. Maybe go for a flank here. They're thinking about it. They're going for it. And Grim said no.
going, and not too far gone. But appreciate the effort. Drake there looking like he's going to drop the #1 Twitter clip. I don't think about that. I don't think he's gonna drop the #1 album though. But that's a discussion for later. Drake right now is looking to put some pressure on Cherry Limeade. They do get the pick on the ball point, but they're gonna try to sneak another Rainmaker pick in, but it's not gonna be enough. Cherry Limeade is gonna take 3 down against LYRE. Jakub is gonna be left there to try to take some work for themselves, but Cherry Limeade is in a big position here to make another big push. And it could very well be looking at extending that lead. They got the bubbles right next to him, and they go up to 27 points remaining, add a little bit more to that lead, but that's going to be the end of that push.
Yeah, 3 down because of those missiles. That is not a place where you want. Honestly, I'm surprised Krim jumped down into the pit there. That was questionable play there. And he was not going to survive that. So now, Rainmaker in the hands of LYRE as we see quickly are approaching and passing the 30-second mark. Ping manages to get the ball points. So that's a really good pick. That takes care of most of the range on the side of Cherry Limeade. 2 down on the side of Cherry Limeade. 1's respawned by now. 1 went down quickly on the side of LYRE. And Ping is in a good position here with this hammer. Specials are coming out. Hammer gets 1. Can the hammer get another? Nobody's hanging up out there, although the bubbles do come out, which is going to make some problems for the Rainmaker. More bubbles coming out now on the side of LYRE, but they've only got, I think, 10 seconds left on that Rainmaker, so they're going to have to rush it. 6, 5, 4, 3. They got the lead with 3 seconds left on the timer. If they didn't get that lead right there, they were done. There was no chance to back up.
And you can see they were having a little hesitation with that push. They're thinking, should I make it? I have 6 seconds to go. And they said, honestly, never mind. And just went for it. Got the lead. There's game 1 to LYRE. Cherry Limeade is going to be looking to respond here in game 2 at Clan Blitz on Snapper Canal.
Yeah, but this is going to be a real hard map to play, I think, for LYRE. They are using a primarily short-range weapon comp aside from the Squeezer. Meanwhile, on the side of Cherry Limeade, they had the Squeezer and they had a Slatwing. This is such a big map, but there's really only 2 ways you can push in with the balls. Nobody really takes the sneaky. It's just really, really hard to get push going through there. You either take the rail on the left-hand side, or you just charge straight up the street. And as long as Shiny sits by that basket, he can watch both of those and hit people from a mile away.
Absolutely, and Squeezer is such a deadly weapon here. I mean, on Clan Blitz, you can expect Squeezer to be a deadly weapon. Any map mode that requires that requires moving the objective yourself, but as we talk about that, we're gonna head into game 2 now. Cherry Limeade in the purple and LYRE in the yellow, and we see 2 rollers coming out from LYRE, and we see a yellow, or is that yellow gold? One of those 2, a bamboo coming out from Cherry Limeade.
It's a brown bamboo, actually.
Oh dang!
But the dynamo was gold, so you did get close with that. Went down on the side of Cherry Limeade very, very quickly. That's going to be Lily that's first to fall in this match, unfortunate. Some other notable weapons that we have on the field. We do still see that we have an Impress New Bow. We've got Ping on the gold dynamo, which is an armor platform combination. And Dynamo's just a fun weapon to play, but it's also really slow. So that's going to be playing mostly as a quasi-anchor position. There's also the Flingza, so they definitely have a lot more range between the Dynamo and the Flingza, but also not as much mobility. Now Ping does manage to get 1, runs out of ink before they can get Shiny. And Shiny's trapped with missiles, so not able to get the second pick on that member of LYRE. 2 went down very quickly, though, on the side of LYRE, so I don't think we're going to see anything more than a neutral game right now.
And you can see Cherry Limeade start to take control of the left hill now. Or at least their left hill. Pika now starting to collect some clams, and they got 10 ready. But the rollers and the missiles are going to start to give them control. Lily has gotten picked, and Pika's going to be in a little bit of trouble as well. Gonna have to fight that Flingza there. Isn't able to quite get the pick. Jakub able to get the pick there. Jakub is a very excellent Flingza main, so not surprised that they got the pick there. But they're going to start opening up as I push now. LYRE's gonna start getting some few points on the board. They do get a few going down. Drake's gonna go down like his album will in the charts, but Jakub is gonna go down as well, and that's gonna be the end of that push.
Yeah, push to 62, not exactly what you want to see on this map. You can win with a push to 62 if you play a very stalemated game, but that's gonna be kind of hard to do, I think, given the team comp. The Dynamo does go down on the side of LYRE. Shiny using that bamboo is gonna push in with the bubbles. It's not necessarily the best bubble weapon. They do get the basket pop, but not able to follow up with 2 members of their team down, and the last one forced way back into spawn. So that's going to be a free power clam for LYRE.
I can't help but think with that push they put themselves in a bit of a predicament here. They are starting to get a little bit more paint on the board, but you start to see LYRE's half of it almost completely covered in yellow. Actually, Pika's going to get 2 picks now. Pika's going to go down, but now LYRE now has a 2 down situation. Zeal's going to get a pick here. Actually going to start looking at the pick. Drops down in the street and is unfortunately picked off. And now it's going to be an absolute bloodbath there in street. I think Cherry Limeade looks for another push. They got 2 power clams ready. They have bubbles ready, but they do have 1 down, so they're not going to have that armor ready. They do have Dynamo starts to go down from LYRE, and all of a sudden things are starting to get back in that neutral battle once again.
Yeah, getting the 2 rollers down on the side of LYRE is going to be crucial for Cherry Limeade to really push in. They're putting on the specials right now, the baller and the bubble. But the Dynamo gets both the power clams with a very nice flick, which honestly I'm surprised about considering the dead zone that Dynamos do have. And Pika's the last alive, not able to find anyone.
Oh, and like I said, it's starting to look a little bit more of a predicament with only 1 minute 30 left. Cherry Limeade has yet to find an effective push that'll put them way up on the board. They did try to come in with double bubbles there, but LYRE was successfully able to shut that down. Drake now getting a pick on the ink brush, I believe. So Drake's gonna try to back up a little, hopefully find another pick there with the junior. But Lily gets the winning end of that fight.
Yeah, well placed bombs there. Not able to win the fight with the Dynamo though. Just jumped straight into the roller. That was unfortunate. Jakub manages to sneak in with that power clam, and another one is coming in. Nope, it's Pika in the baller. Not able to find anyone with that special. Does manage to force him to back up, though. And now we're down to 41 points remaining for LYRE. So that's much better in terms of getting a lead. Pika manages to make a jump onto the flank. They've got to know, though, that members of LYRE are lying in wait. They really got sandwiched between the Dynamo and another 3 down on the side of Cherry Limeade. It's only Krim, but Krim manages to get a really clutch pick with that bomb there on the Dynamo. Manages to get 2. Not able to save the power clam though. And things are getting dicey now because they have 20 seconds remaining. They need to build a power clam fast if they want to have overtime.
6 clams left for Cherry Limeade, and as we all know, clams overtime is not exactly the safest place to be. We've seen matches, grand finals matches lost to clams overtime. We've seen actually lots of sets lost to clams overtime. And as we say that, LYRE comes in. Cherry Limeade's wiped. That's game over. LYRE takes game 2. Oh my goodness, what a push there.
Yeah, just right at the end. You had 3 members of Cherry Limeade over on the left, and Lily was the only one over on the right, and just could not win the fight against, I believe it was the K-Shot that came in with that ball. It was either the K-Shot or the N-Zap. It was one of those shooters, so the fact that's just not a good matchup for a junior.
And each of the members of LYRE proving to be very effective in their picks. Drake especially got some crucial picks with those missiles. He said, "Thank me later. I'm gonna pop these missiles." But great job from each team. But as we've seen before, it's not over yet. Cherry Limeade has one opportunity to make an impact, and it's gonna be here in Game 3, Flat Zones on the Reef.
This is going to be a fun one to watch. Dynamo can do very well on this map, so I'm kind of hoping that Ping is going to stick with it. Meanwhile, on the side of Cherry Limeade, I would expect Pika and Lily to stay what they're going. Not sure about Shiny or Krim. Shiny, it's a flip. Shiny, I know, plays Chargers. They could say Bamboo. They could go back to Ballpoint. They could go, and what I hope they go is I hope they go a more traditional Charger, because it would be fun to see. I'm totally not biased. Meanwhile, on the side of Krim does play Gugas, which, although can't really paint that well, they kill very, very well, and Krim is a wizard with them.
There is no such thing as an unbiased opinion, unless you don't like Baby Park, in which case we're gonna have to talk. But, unrelated topics aside, LYRE opting for the Flingza, the nozzle nose actually, the T-Tech, and the Mini, while Cherry Limeade is going to go for the Ink Brush yet again, an E-Leader coming out, a C-Leader actually, the Junior, and the Squeezer.
Yeah, Lily's going to go down first again, and they're just having such a hard time winning those 1v1s, but they're a Junior, they're trying to paint, and they're doing their job very well. Pika's all the way up in the enemy spawn, so that's going to be a bit annoying for the members of LYRE to deal with. And it's also important to note that we do have a small comp change, a player change actually, on the side of LYRE. Connor and Zealy have come in, Ping and I think Drake have swapped out. Shiny on the left is going to be harassed by that Looney. They're really going to be forced to hang back. Not able to really take full advantage of E-Leader's incredible range when you're halfway back in the alley. They've repositioned over onto the left-hand side. Pika manages to pick them off, goes down as well, but it's 2v1 on the map.
Drake getting an awful lot of picks there with the T-Tech. If you see that T-Tech, it's too late, but Shiny able to get some crucial picks with the E-Leader as well. But 2 bubbles starting to come out from Cherry Limeade. They get 3 down on LYRE, so now they're going to get straight back to work, and they're going to need to ink some turf up, because that's one thing we've seen from LYRE these last 2 sets, is that they're when they get a lot of paint, they're getting very good at getting a lot of paint on the board, and once they do that, it's very hard for Cherry Limeade to find an opening. So it looks like Cherry Limeade is taking care of that right now, actually. You can see a lot of purple on the board now, but that might change soon enough. LYRE is going to start pushing in with all guns blazing. Cherry Limeade does get the lead, however. Two of them going 2 down. Both teams going 2 down now. Pika's going to try to get that zone painted. And he is able to get that zone painted, but they do go down as well. LYRE's going to go get those 2 zones back, and they're going to go right back to business.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of penalty either, and only one member of Cherry Limeade having their special, that would be the C-Leader, which used their bubbles, it looks like. One member down on each side of the map. Rush for the Mini, honestly, that's a win in favor of Cherry Limeade, I think, because the Mini is providing so much paint support. One down on the side of Cherry Limeade. Connor's going to try and see if they can pick off the Squeezer. Does manage to find them. Looks like they're going to go after the E-Leader next. Shiny not able to jump out in time. That is 3 down on Cherry Limeade, as Connor is going to try and take out that beacon, which means no jumps for your Cherry Limeade. You really don't want to have your beacons die before you jump to them.
And this is where we see the complete turnaround of turf now. Look at LYRE. They've got a bunch of yellow on the field now, a bunch of yellow on the map, and now they've got 20 points remaining. This game may not last long, but Cherry Limeade may be able to come up with a response here. Krim is in a bit of trouble. 3 down on Cherry Limeade. 4 down. It's a full wipe. LYRE has taken Game 3. A complete sweep over Cherry Limeade. Incredible job there by LYRE.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think that's something that a lot of people would have expected, because I think if I was remembering the predictor right, a lot of people predicted Cherry Limeade would win. But great job to LYRE. And Cherry Limeade fought really hard. I mean, they did not just roll over and take it. They certainly fought very, very hard.
Oh my goodness. And Drake, especially in that match, proving to give LYRE more life in that game. And that's really the key there to the 3-0, was they did a great job turfing it up. They did a great job with paint. And that just caused a lot of trouble for Cherry Limeade, because as soon as they thought they had the right response, especially in that last push they tried to get in, Cherry Limeade just got shut down by LYRE. LYRE had an excellent defense there.
Yeah, so congrats to LYRE, and with that, Nessie's pools are over. Time for it to be for the tournament to stop for a little bit. Gotta clean the pool and all that stuff. We'll be back soon with the Great White Bracket. But first, you know what time it is. Something's respawned. It's everybody's favorite ad, Super Jump 2.
Heard enough Super Jump? I don't think so. So let me remind you, what Super Jump is. It is IPL's biggest major to come to the Splatoon community against Super Jump, one of the biggest and best of its kind. So, day one, you've got lots of teams in, different groups, different waves for every kind of player from EU to North America. Lots of opportunities here, and I'm sure you haven't heard this before, but every team makes a bracket in the day too. So, doesn't matter what skill level you are, doesn't matter. Everyone's gonna make an opportunity. Everyone's gonna have an opportunity to make some big results to happen at day two.
Yep. Everybody makes a bracket, which is also important for you low-level folks out there, since Low Ink is not running next month. This is replacing it. Sign up. Would love to see you come and play with us. And if you have a little bit more disposable cash, like probably about half the community, a moment of silence for all the minors that don't have summer jobs. Like Vapor, our wonderful streamer. Riptide is happening September 9th through 11th at the Kalahari and Sandusky, Ohio. You can play Splatoon, you can watch Smash Brothers, Rivals of Aether, and other games. And then if it's kind of hot, because it's oppressively hot in most of the United States right now, you can go to the water park or the arcade where they have air conditioning. This is going to be the first LAN-hosted Splatoon 3 event on the day of release. And then the Splatoon 2 event will be hosted Saturday and Sunday. You can sign up today. And for those of you, like me, who are broke and can't make it, it will be streamed right here on IPL Splatoon.
And I cannot overstate enough, the LAN experience is one of a kind. You can't get it anywhere else. And I just think you'll get lots of teams coming in. It's usually pickups, but sometimes you get some well-established teams. But pickups make it all the more exciting. I cannot say it enough. Riptide is going to be one heck of an experience, and we hope we see y'all there. All right, so that's going to be it for us for a short while. We're going to be right back with the start of the Great White Bracket. So don't change the channel. We'll be back in a moment. And welcome back to SOS 73. Right now, we've got the Great White Round 1 ready and raring to go. I'm Nito. Next to me is my partner in crime, Shads. How you doing?
Metaphorically next to them because I'm pretty sure we live in different states. But I'm doing pretty good. We have the Elite Four versus Epic Win Girlfriend, and I'll be honest, I know some people on these teams. Hunty is a pretty good player. Storm with a question mark is a pretty good player. Riss is a pretty good player. We were speculating while we were waiting for that to start whether or not Power on Elite Four is the Power, the really well-known Charger player. If it is, I'm going to be super excited. Meanwhile, on side of Epic Wing Girlfriend, we also have someone named Storm. We've got Kipupaya, we've got Z, which I believe is Mr. Z, another good Charger player, Gray, and Lorraine. So this is going to be a really, really fun match.
Yeah, some very recognizable names from both sides. Kipu and Gray, of course, from Legato. Rizzo, one of the most threatening supports in the game right now. And so we're going to head into Game 1, Tower Control on Inkblot. We're going to watch as both teams think about what they're going to do, what they're going to pull out here. They could be pulling out all the stops here. What do you think?
Yeah, we've seen this map before in our earlier rounds. This is going to be one where if you can get it past the second checkpoint, you're in pretty good shape. You get past the third checkpoint and you're golden because that's when things start snowballing. Sloshers are going to be great here. Rollers, blasters. I don't know if we'll actually see a blaster though. I don't know if anybody on either of these teams do.
Actually, for one, I'm kind of surprised that they didn't pull out Kipu here. This is a great opportunity, especially for Slosher mains, but I'm sure we'll see him in Game 2. But right now, our main focus is going to be on Game 1, as we're going to get started right here on Tower Control on Inkblot. We're going to get Elite 4 in the yellow, and Epic Win Girlfriend in the purple. Elite 4 opting for the K-Shot, Squeezer, Junior, and a T-Tech. And an Epic Will Girlfriend going for a Firefin Scope, Junior, Squeezer, and a K-Gal.
Yeah, so normally Firefin is kind of a funky weapon to play. It has a ridiculous special cost because of a nerf that never really got undone. But in Z's hands, it's pretty deadly. Meanwhile, on the side of Elite 4, Power actually isn't running a Charger at all. He's the one on the Squeezer. 2 down on the side of Epic Win Girlfriend versus 3 down on the side of Elite 4. Looks like Power's the only one left alive. Hopefully they can back off a little bit. Nope, he is still right there and dies to Mr. Z's Charger.
Epic Win Girlfriend currently giving Elite 4 a run for their money as they go 2 down. Epic Win Girlfriend going 1 down. And, well, it looks like we're going to get straight back to a neutral battle as both teams are down 1. But it looks like we're going to start getting a push going. Hopefully clear that second checkpoint. And it looks like they might be able to clear that second checkpoint. Bubble's starting to come out. The Bomb Rush is starting to come out. They're going to cruise right past that first checkpoint, heading into checkpoint 2, but those missiles are going to start to come out, start to prove a very decent threat because we see all of them bunched up there. Hunty with 2 picks on the board, might make it 3. Isn't quite able to make it 3 as the other player runs away, but still gets picked off. And Elite 4 finding a very crucial response to what could have been a bigger push from Epic Win Girlfriend.
Yeah, 58 is kind of a small penis on this map, to be honest. The first checkpoint's pretty easy to get past. Bubbles coming out from Elite 4, 1 down on their team, 1 down on the side of Girlfriend, 2 down on each team now. So this is just going to be kind of a fight for a minute, but 3 down now. Z is the only one left alive, and they're not in a pretty good position. They're going to have to jump out, and they do.
Yeah.
Coming out from Elite 4, missiles coming out as well. This is going to really push the members of Girlfriend back. It didn't actually kill anyone, but it displayed enough that they got past the first checkpoint pretty much for free. That jump got bombed, so that's 1 down on each side of the field. Gray is going to try and pick off the Junior that is on the tower. There's somebody behind him chasing behind them chasing them. So it's 2 down on the side of Elite Four, 1 down on the side of Girlfriend. So I think that push is going to be pretty much done for now.
And for a second there, we saw a bit of deja vu there, and Epic Win Girlfriend. I mean, Elite Four in the same position as Epic Win Girlfriend, where they were so close to getting to checkpoint 2, but were shut down by Hunty's amazing work there. But looks like Elite Four is able to get the best of that, actually, as they do get to 53 remaining. Not too far off the lead is Epic Win Girlfriend, but they look like they're starting to get the picks they need. They do have one on the right stack. Gray's going to try to find that pick. Someone else is going to find a pick for him, and looks like it's straight back in business for him.
Yeah, 2 down on the side of Elite Four. Gray's going to pop up with those bubbles to try and provide some cover for their teammates as they try to climb up. Looks like maybe one member of Elite Four might be flanking. Yep, it's the K-Shot. Everybody watch out for them. They're doing a good job of using their range against the K-Gal, but they do manage to get picked off because it was a 2v1 situation. You don't really want to take those fights. Even if you have the RNG from the Gal, it's just not fun. And Z now is going to use that bomb rush to not only keep the tower clear while they get through that checkpoint, or at least attempt to, but also really push the members of Elite Four back. Unfortunately, with 3 of their teammates going down at such a bad time, they're not able to get the lead there. They do come pretty close though.
Yeah, you start to see there Lorraine trying to get a little bit more momentum on the tower there. Isn't able to find it, but starting to go straight back into neutral battles. This is what we've been seeing from a while now. Both teams are very more than capable of keeping the other team at bay. Elite Four now opting to push it a little bit closer to that second checkpoint. They need to clear that second checkpoint if they want to have a more convincing lead, but it looks like they're going to struggle a little bit as they go 1 down. Actually, both teams are going to go 1 down. Hunty's in a little bit of trouble, though. Lorraine's able to take him down. Actually, they did a trade there. So now the question becomes, can Epic Win Girlfriend find the picks necessary to get that win? Because they ended up losing a little bit more than they should, but the tweezer goes down. That's going to be crucial. So no bubbles for Elite Four, and Hunty's in a little bit of trouble again. They're going to have to back up. And we're going to start seeing Epic Win Girlfriend inching towards that second checkpoint. Might be going in overtime.
Yeah, missiles coming out, so that's going to force people away from the tower. If one member of Elite Four gets on that tower, overtime is done, and they just managed to sneak in, even with all the specials coming out from Epic Win Girlfriend. Elite Four manages to use the missiles, and then it looks like it was Storm that snuck onto the tower there.
Amazing job there, holding on to those missiles, because especially on tower Ink, but you need those. Actually, tower control in general, you need those missiles, especially for crucial moments like that. You have Storm really close to the tower, and you know that if they can get on the tower just even a little bit, that's game over. So great job with those missiles. We're going to head into game 2. Rainmaker on Sturgeon. We didn't see that slosh earlier. We might be able to see it now, actually. So I'm expecting Kipu to make an appearance here, actually.
Yeah, Kipu might make an appearance here. If they do, Slaughter is a great weapon here. We talked about it earlier when we were watching the tower control game. Honestly, Bo, if Elite Four and Girlfriend keep their comps the same, they're both very strong comps for this map.
Absolutely, and just a combination of the bubbles and the missiles they were using earlier just can prove to be very disruptive here. So I might be seeing the same kind of squeezes coming out. Could be very well seeing in for the same. Actually, we're not going to see a change from Epic Win Girlfriend. They're going to opt for the same kind of roster they've been going for a while now. But what does this mean for Epic Win Girlfriend?
Honestly, I'm really not sure, because I'm not as familiar with the members of Epic Win Girlfriend as I am with the members of Elite Four. And they played very, very well the last match. So it was a toss-up whether or not Elite Four would have won that one or not if it had played differently in the middle of the map, for example. So honestly, it's a toss-up. Either team could win this, and Girlfriend was, for a large portion of the last match, looking like the stronger team, actually. So I don't think them changing their roster is really going to change much of anything. They're still going to bring the aggression. They're still going to play really well.
Game 2 on Sturgeon with some Rainmaker action going on. Elite Four opting for most of the same. They're actually going to get a V-Splash in there. That Toxic Mist can prove to be very threatening, and Epic Win Girlfriend opted for most of the same as well, but they have a Not In instead. So
Yes.
it's not surprising.
You do have an Inkjet thrown by the V-Splash and the Knot respectively. They also both have Tenta Missiles. One has Bomb Rush, Booyah. The other one has Armor Bubbles. And depending on how you play this map, both can be very strong specials. One down on the side of Girlfriend, and Z is sitting up on that Snipe Mantis to pick off Power, which is a pretty crucial pick because they're really going to be relying on the bubbles to push in and protect that Rainmaker. Girlfriend's going to get the first picks, and Storm's in mid with the Rainmaker to try and protect them, but the Toxic Mist that you talked about earlier, that's going to shut down the left hand and the right hand jump, depending on which side of the map you are on, of course. And 3 down on the side of Girlfriend. Storm's going to flank in through mid, gets picked off by 3 members that are just right there, ready to kill them. They get the lead, make the jump. The bridge is going up though, so Riss is going to have to take that Rainmaker over on the left-hand side, and that is just really a shooting range for Z. You don't want to be staring down a sniper there. Power gets picked off by the 4 odd members of Girlfriend that were hanging out over there, and they're going to pick up the Rainmaker and move it back into mid.
That last interaction with Elite Force, with that Epic Win GF push, taught us anything at that. Look at the Toxic Mist starting to come out. Those are very deadly, especially on Rainmaker. That's the exact kind of sub you want to see in this match. So Elite Four able to shut down whatever Epic Win Girlfriend had going on for him. But Elite Four trying to find another response here. The Inkjet's going to start to come out. Tenta Missiles coming out as well. Storm trying to find a pick there. Gets one on the K-Gal. Might get another on the Charger. Doesn't quite get it. But it looks like both teams are now 2 down. Going to head straight back into the neutral battle once again. The Knot's going to start having a peek on the Splash. Isn't quite able to get anything off of it. But both teams still looking for an opportunity to strike here. Storm's going to have to back up a little bit more. Cover those missiles. But it looks like Epic Win Girlfriend is going to go straight back into it.
Yeah, Z's going to pick up that Rainmaker again, which is smart. They're definitely the hardest weapon to really position with in a close quarter fight. They just barely managed to survive that bomb there. That was super lucky, and with that full wide, that is going to be a huge, huge lead for Girlfriend. The Storm manages to get the pick on the Rainmaker. Looks like they're going to maybe try and clear out the little street area right there. 2 down on the side of Girlfriend versus 1 down on the side of Elite Four. Or a little Storm on Storm violence there as Storm on Elite Four takes out the Storm on Girlfriend. And it looks like Elite Four is just going to let that Rainmaker reset, which is smart. They know that Girlfriend isn't in their spawn. They know that they can just let it sit there and reset on its own. They don't have to jump it over the side.
Storm bringing the thunder for Elite Four there, especially when they needed it the most. But Epic Win Girlfriend lost the battle, but won the war. They got 77 points remaining, and they might be going for more here. Both teams go 1 down. The Rainmaker stuck all the way at the far right. Big corner there, but keeping their distance by spacing themselves out. Oh, falls out of the map. And now it's going to go straight back into that corner there. Elite Four looking for another pick. Hope maybe on this K-Gal do get a trade going on. But both teams now 1 down, waiting for each member to respawn. Both teams have to play it safe. Well, actually, Elite Four can't really afford to play it safe. They need to get a push going. They got 1 more minute to do so. But Epic Win Girlfriend just needs to let Elite Four make a mistake, and they can capitalize on it, especially on a lockout map like this.
Yeah, the Squeezer does go down. The Rainmaker resets into mid, which is smart. That was not a good place where you want to be picking up the Rainmaker physically with your hands. You don't want to have it in your hands in that pit area. Storm is going to use that Inkjet to save himself. Very, very smart play there. I thought for sure that they were going to fall off. And with 1 member of Girlfriend jumped out, 2 down on the side of Elite Four, it looks like things are pretty solidly in neutral still, even though there's only 20 seconds remaining. Z is stuck up on that top left area. So it's going to be a really, really key position for them to be in. The Storm on the side of Girlfriend is going after the Rainmaker. Manages to get a nice double on. That is a full wipe on the side of Elite Four. The Girlfriend is going to take this match.
Look at that. What an incredible work there by Epic Win Girlfriend. They got the push that they needed, and like I said, they were playing passive. Epic Elite Four went for a bit of a desperate push there at the end, so of course they were letting them make the mistake, letting them try to come to them. They got them right where they want them. So great job there by Epic Win Girlfriend. They're gonna take game one, and so far we're gonna be getting a guaranteed game 4. We may even be looking at a game 5 here because, like you said earlier, this really is a toss-up. Both teams are getting the best out of each other.
Yeah, this is going to be such a fun map for the long-range weapons to play on. In front of it, it's wide, it's open. Stingray is great here. Bubbles are great here. The Squeezer's going to have a fun time. The Knots are going to have a fun time. The Sniper is going to have a fun time. I'm not sure if the rest of the members of the team will have a fun time, but at least we know that 3 members in the lobby will have fun.
And on Clan Blitz Piranha, your first priority is to shut down the belt before the basket. That comes before the basket. That's one of the big things. Second biggest thing, you gotta make sure that when someone drops on you, right from those snipes, right from those edges, from those grates, you want to make sure you're right there for it. And that's the 2 biggest keys to this map here, especially if you want to make a big push. So I can't wait to see what both teams have in store. I'm assuming lots of coverage heavy specials, probably the same bubbles we saw earlier.
I thought that the first biggest thing was to make sure that if you see somebody on the rail, shoot the rail. So instead of killing them with your bullets, you kill them because the rail deactivates and they fall into the ether. Then you can laugh at them.
That's also one of the biggest things, and it does make for some funny Twitter clips.
Oh yeah. Honestly, though, I don't expect to see a lot of comp changes. I mean, both of the 2 teams seem to be running with the same core. On the side of Elite Four, we haven't seen a single comp change yet. Meanwhile, on the side of Girlfriend, we saw 1 weapon change. But now we see some weapon changes on both sides. A lot of them, actually. So Power has dropped the Squeezer, and Hunty picked it up. Power now has picked up the Bamboo, which is going to be fun to watch. Meanwhile, on the side of Girlfriend, Z has dropped the Charger, picked up the C-Jet. We have a 96 Gal instead of a Junior. And I think those are the only changes.
And if you've seen Persistence before, you know just how much of a disturbance that Stingray spam can be. So them pulling out a C-Jet is not entirely surprising here, but they do get up to 54 points remaining. That C-Jet's in a bit of trouble. Is going to have to jump out immediately. But Elite Four is going to start looking for a response now. Start to get that paint coverage, and that's going to be very crucial, especially against a comp like that. You got a few slow moving weapons there in the C-Jet and the 96 Gal. So definitely going to need some paint coverage there, and they are starting to cover that belt up. So they do get to pick on the knot. The bubbles are going to start to come out, and this is where they're going to start getting some points on the board. They do have a pity clamp at the ready as well, so they got up to 77 points remaining, and that's going to be the end of that push actually. So yeah. 2 weeks go down, 4 players go down. It's a wipe. Oh my goodness, Epic Win Girlfriend finding the perfect response to that push.
Yeah, these teammates really helped them out because they were in a very awkward position with that Stingray. You never want to be down in the useless aiming up with the Stingray. You want to be right underneath the basket so it's much more effective. Lorraine is hiding right underneath the basket. See if they can pick off a member. They're going to fall down into useless though. Looks like they're planning on jumping out, which is smart. Gray also jumped out, so that push is over. Not gotten any more points, but Girlfriend did shave a fair bit off their penalty, which is pretty useful. Now the map's starting to turn yellow again, and this is where the top mix match is going to be kind of fun. Girlfriend does not have as well of a painting comp as Elite Four does, and that Bamboo thrives on the enemy team not having a ton of paint. So as long as Elite Four can keep this map looking pretty yellow, Power's going to have a field day. They gotta keep their painters up, though.
Yeah, it looks like Power's already having to start to back up. Look at that, Epic Win Girlfriend getting themselves into position. Some of the I think they, I don't remember if they pop a special actually, but I guess we'll find out soon enough if they pop another one. But both teams going one down. So I think looks like we're gonna start heading back into a neutral battle yet again. They do have the two power clams ready. That Bamboo is gonna start looking towards the right of Storm. Storm's gonna have to back up just a little bit more as they start to get that bomb pressure. Bomb pressure is gonna be very crucial here, especially when you want to start pushing weapons like that behind it. But the steam ray is gonna start to come out. The bubbles are gonna start to come out. The bubbles start to be proven to be a bit of a disturbance for them. Lorraine's able to get the best of Hunty there. Doesn't quite get a double. And Power is gonna get a pick on the C-Jet, and it's gonna be Elite Four getting another push on the board. Can they get the lead? They do get the lead with 1 point off, and they're gonna get the Power Clam zooming in. They get up to 33 remaining. This is starting to prove to be a very effective push here for Elite Four as they keep piling points on the board.
Yeah, so the hard part about Epic Win Girlfriends, Tom, is that they have a crucial lack of lethal bombs. The only ones that have it are the slow to explode suction bombs from the Knot and the K-Shots. You don't have a slap bomb you can roll over the edge like you do on the side of Elite Four. 3 members do go down on side of Elite Four, so that push is going to be over. The night game's not done yet, but a push to 12, really good.
With a team like Epic Win Girlfriend was able to turn on the Jets immediately, as we've seen before, this push can very well, that 12 remaining lead can very well be kaput for him. But it looks like Epic Win Girlfriend's gonna have a little bit of trouble. Actually, as soon as I say that, both 2 specials start to come out, all the specials are gonna start to come out. They do go 1 down though. 1 player's gonna jump out. Riz and Hunty are gonna start looking for another opportunity to get in. Lorraine's gonna stop him, starting to turn into a brick wall for Elite Four. But Elite Four's gonna start popping those bubbles out. They're gonna start getting a little bit more aggressive there as they want to see Epic Win Girlfriend trying to go for a push there. Power able to pick off the Knot. And it looks like they're going to be stuck all the way at the back at their conveyor belt, all the way back at their basket, but they do get 2 down on the side of the Elite Four. This could be the push we're looking for.
Yeah, 1 member of Elite Four did jump out though. Power's going to try and fight that gal, not able to get that pick thanks to the ink armor. Stormy is going to get 1. Can he get another? Doug managed to get him. They get the 4th? Oh, they managed to get the 4th. That is a full wipe on the side of Epic Win Girlfriend.
And
Which
Storm,
means that this is going to be a win for Elite Four.
and Storm left Epic Win Girlfriend thunderstruck there. 2 picks that they needed to stop that push. They did sink the Power Clam in, but it wasn't enough for Epic Win Girlfriend. They were able, I think they saw how aggressive Epic Win Girlfriend was getting at near the half of the match. They saw how aggressive they can be, so they started to find responses to it, especially at the end there. They're starting to inch closer and closer to the lead, but Elite Four just had the response.
Yeah, honestly, right there, Bo, that was a coin flip. If Storm had not clutched it out and gotten the quad right at the end, that would have gone in favor of Epic Win Girlfriend. For sure. 100%. These are just 2 really evenly matched teams. They are both neck and neck. And it's all going to come down to Humpback, Pump Track, Splat Zones. Are we going to see a Game 5? Will Girlfriend manage to be able to get set up and try and flip the momentum again? Or is Elite Four just going to say, nah, you're not even going to make it to the champion and end this set right here?
And like you said, if they want to keep that Bamboo and Zones Humpback, if they want to keep it, I mean, even regardless of whether they want to keep it, paint is going to be very necessary for Elite Four now. So, Bones Humpback with very wide map, definitely see a Booyah coming out from Epic Win Girlfriend. I know the K52 from Lorraine. We saw it in Tower Inc., but Elite Four should have some responses to it. They did have a paint heavy comp. So we could very well be seeing that come back. And we could be very well see some missiles as well. I know missiles and Booyah, 2 of the biggest things you want to see here.
As we mentioned earlier, this is the map mode combination where you normally see the Aerospray PG. Booyah spam upon Booyah spam. Double Booyah comps here can be very, very good.
Absolutely. Booyah comps are just because of how, I guess, how humpback is, like, for lack of a better adjective. Um, due to how many rises and highs and lows there are, or bumps and rises, definitely want to see a Booyah come up. Missiles as well. You want to push those people out of the bunker, out of the snipe. You want to make sure you keep your teammates, you keep your opponents moving. Of course, keep your teammates moving as well. As we're gonna head into game 2. Zones on Humpback. Elite Four opting for the double K shot. Look at that. K52 and a junior. And the big win girlfriend going for the Firefin Scope Junior Squeezer and a K shot.
Yeah, so Lorena's actually dropped a K gal. Looks like Power managed to sneak into the opponent's dressing room and find it. And he's using it now. So we have double K-Shot, not really something you usually see. I mean, K-Shot is a very good weapon, true, and both of them are dead right now, so that I suppose that doesn't give a good impression of it, but it is a very strong weapon. Meanwhile, on the side of Girlfriend, we've got Z with that scope, and really the only thing that Elite Four has to challenge them is the double missile. But we see 3 specials coming out from Elite Four, the Booyah and the double missiles, and they are really trying to make members of Girlfriend move.
Clean snipe there by Z. And you can see most of the map, they're covered in purple. Epic Win Girlfriend may have the best of Elite Four here. Down to 40 points remaining. Elite Four has yet to find a response. They do get a pick on the Squeezer though. The special's gonna start to come out. The missile comes out. The Booyah comes out. They keep the zone painted, but not for long as Elite Four is able to get the zone back. Get that 60-point penalty right on top as well. So now Elite Four is going to try to get themselves in the same position Epic Win Girlfriend was. They want to get in that lockout position because Epic Win Girlfriend did very well in that position, and now Elite Four wants to see how they get out of it.
Really what I want to see is I want to see at least one member of Elite Four get onto the enemy plat. Right now they're just kind of chilling right below the plat. Looks like Power's actually on the plat now. He's going to chuck that Booyah right over at the zone low to keep it a little bit more painted, and then he's going to go bother his sniper friend. 2 down on each side of the map, but it looks like that the members of Girlfriend managed to get the zone capped enough to force Power to come back to zone, which frees up Z to advance down to the bunker where that bomb rush is much more effective. Oop, not for long though. Looks like they're going to get picked off by the K-Gal. And Elite Four has taken the lead, 15 picks remaining, not a lot of specials online. That is 2 down on the side of Girlfriend. The bubbles coming out, these are going to be it. Elite Four, well, they've taken out a lot of trainers over the years. Looks like they were able to take out Girlfriend too. So they're going to be moving on in this tournament.
Oh my goodness, a back and forth set there. We saw convincing lead after convincing lead from both teams. Just when we thought Epic Win Girlfriend had Elite Four's number, we were going to see a Game 5. Elite Four was able to respond, get Epic Win Girlfriend in the same position they were, and Elite Four found a response to every single question Epic Win GF had. But again, very close set from both teams. This could have gone either way. We saw a toss-up going from Game 1 to Game 2. Game 3 was even closer. It could have changed the lead right at the end. Great set from both teams.
Yeah, really great set. We are going to end our specific commentary block here because we have other people that want to come in and talk to you fine folks. And I imagine that you're probably kind of tired about hearing our voices. So we have the amazing... We have Stormy and Imad coming in to commentate. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Hello, welcome back everyone to Swimmer Sync. It is I, Mad Gamer the Second. I am joined by the one and only Stormy.
What's up, y'all? Stormy Senpai here, ready to comment some good games. Summer 673 is now in its semi-final stage, and we're going to have a nice matchup for y'all. We got Sleepy plus others and Vanilla Sky. What do you think, I'm at?
I think it's going to be a fun match to watch. I'm assuming that the Sleepy is going to be a pickup team. It's going to be very interesting to see. Is that the Berry I see on their side?
Yes, that is not D Berry. That's the I think it's the E-Leader Berry. Okay, both of them play E-Leader, right? I think.
Yeah.
But this is like the other Berry. Like this is the one that still plays comp. The other one just like just content.
Yeah.
So
either
yeah.
way, we're gonna see some E-Leader action, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, some Charger action, most likely, maybe. I think this Berry tends to flex sometimes. I don't know. We'll see. Vanilla Sky made it to Grand Finals before, one of the SOSs. Almost winning. But, they just fell short, unfortunately. But they're back here in the winter semis, hopefully looking to go to Grands and possibly take this one.
Yes, indeed. They have a shot at the title once again. And they have some tough competition today. The past match, LYRE, taking out, Cherry Limeade. That was a exciting match to watch. But for now, we're going to be hopping into this Rainmaker on Muscle Forge.
And we see the comps come out here. We see the typical comp come out from one side. And we see a 96 Deco come out on the side for Vanilla Sky. Very interesting pick, but not a bad pick overall. I do advocate for a 96 Deco. First pot will probably go to the side for Vanilla Sky as they will take that immediate map control here. Armor at the ready, so they're going to look to pop that now. But a nice Deco does go down, and Mrs. RB sent up for the side of Sleepy. And so they go 3 down, and now this can be time for a first push, Imad.
Ooh, this is not good. Yeah, 3 down on this map for Rainmaker is a heck of points going to be taken. Look, they're already close to the pedestal here, and this is going to be a tough one. Well, actually, tough to come back. No, anything can happen unless they get knocked out. 4 points. So close, but they are going to be going 3 down here.
The very strong starting push for SB plus others, but this is Muscle Force Rainmaker. They can easily come back from this. There's no safe lead, even if it is at 1. They can easily get knocked out on this map. As the Bombers does come out on the side of Vanilla Sky. So they're going to look to retake this map control and probably repower Rainmaker. They find a pick on the splash. There is someone on the right side, Armor coming out on the side of Sleepy. Going to look to probably keep their distance and probably maintain a strong defense here. As they're playing pretty stalemated right now. Not really going to mid, knowing they have no map control. And so now Vanilla Sky is looking for opportunity to start their push with the Armor and Ray.
Yes, indeed. Rainmaker is one of those maps or modes like if you get the wipe, is all hands go, is pedal to the metal. But if there's too many members up, it can be hard to make any movement just because it's so easy to take out the Rainmaker from one good flank can just stop the push right there. So you really got to be careful when you're making that push and be very strategic about it.
Oh, unfortunately, that Super Jump Splash coming in from Zon Inc. going to take out the Splash. And now they pick up the Charger here. Someone flicking the rest of the mid. Going to try to take out this Rainmaker. He's going to get rushed. They're going to play patient here. But the Splash is sharking there. Is he going to find a Rainmaker? Yes, he is going to find a Rainmaker. Nice job there by Eclipse to ultimately stop that push from even happening. And now Sleepy and others are going to maintain another strong defense here. With 3 minutes left on the clock, another Sky had to think of something quick.
Indeed, they did see the opening there, but unfortunately they had a man go down, and that just left them wide open from the left, and so they were going to end up going 3 down for that push. But we see many specials online now, so this is going to be a reset, and it's going to be another try to go, but unfortunately Vanilla Sky is on the back pedal at the moment, but they did get the pop, so that's a lot of paint in their favor in mid right now.
It is a lot of pain in their favor. They're trying to pick on the end, so no armor at the ready. We see 2 people, the Splash flanking mid, once again trying to flank this Rainmaker, but he does get shut down, but not before the Rainmaker gets taken down. Nice a deck up, Pound Light, nice pressure there. 3v2 situation for Vanilla Sky, looking to probably keep the push going. He's going to try to take a fight on his Jet Squelcher, but the Jet Squelcher opting to back up there, very smart. Splash on at the ready, not a very strong special, but it doesn't matter because the ender does get picked off. 2 minutes left on the clock. Vanilla Sky opting to pick up that Rainmaker and probably make a push here. Splash zone coming out. Ends up just now respawning, has to charge their armor real fast for his teammates. Bucket causing a little bit of distraction on the left side. And now look like a stalemate on this push here, Ahmed.
Yeah, we have all members up except for that Bucket going down there. Although the flank stalled out the push, getting able to get those 2 picks allowed them to maintain the push, but it's a stalemate as all members of both teams are up. They're just waiting for those specials to come online to just put on the pressure. The Rainmaker actually does go down there, so they're going to be stopped here with 2 members on both sides down.
Haya there was trying to make a flank, make a nice play there, but I think Miner would take that trade on there as they do find themselves back in the event situation, but it's not over yet. They do pick up the Rainmaker, and Vanilla Sky has all their players alive, whether 2 on their side. They're going to try to push up this Rainmaker, so going to try to the flank. They just put the Rainmaker, hit the splash down coming out. If he can stay alive for probably for another pick, 3 down on the side of Sleepy. It's just a Jet Squelcher, but they're not popping the Rainmaker yet. They're moving too slow, but they get taken out by the other members. They're going to jump out here. They're going to have an opportunity to jump back in and possibly take his lead back. 24 points is not far away. They're going to probably have to pick up this Rainmaker immediately, but no, they get missiled out, and they're going to have to back up by Matt.
Man, this is 96 putting in the work, last man standing, and yet he was able to survive. Not only that, take out at least 2 members of the other team, and then his team was able to jump in, and so they are still in control of this mid area, and they still have a chance of making that lead. They're going to be pushing on the right side once again. Here we go, the 96 setup once again to make some moves. He's holding out for his teammates just to keep them safe and keep that Rainmaker alive as long as possible as we get into the last 30 seconds. Ooh, yeah, it looks like the Squelcher there is going to be shutting that down for now.
They got so close so many times, so opportunities for a chance to retake that lead, but Sleepy just maintaining their patience, maintaining their calm, and just not letting them do that. They're going to opt to get the Rainmaker back, and now I don't think there's any way for Vanilla Sky to even get close to that Rainmaker before the match overs. But the raid does come out. Is it going to find a pick on the Rainmaker? Yes, they are. No, they don't. They find a pick on somebody else, and that is the game.
Block.
Oh,
Get down,
man.
Mr. President.
if they took out that Rainmaker, that could have been big trouble for Sleepy. But
Oh,
luckily for
absolutely.
them, they were just able to stay alive. As we see the KAs here, pretty similar KAs from both teams, So very evenly matched and 1-0 to Sleepy plus others as we head into Clambless Mako Mart.
Yeah, it is not over yet. This is a best of 5, so we still have 2 more matches for Sleepy, 3 more for Vanilla Sky, so this could be anyone's round. Clambless and Mako Mart, this is going to be quite interesting. It is a very small map, and Clambless is unusual. I can't really put my finger on it, but it just feels different than most other modes, and so I'm curious to see if they're going to stick with the Charger and the Squelcher.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing. I don't know about the charger pick for Vanilla Sky on this specific map. Now, Dino LK is a very good charger player, don't get me wrong, but it's just nothing you can really do here on this map once you get pushed out. It's almost impossible to play charger here, especially when the other team is running all aggression, and especially when this map is it's more of like a snowbally type map. It's very back and forth, very fast gameplay. It's easy to score points, and easy to get wiped and easy to get locked out, but it's also easy to turn a tide in your favor if you ever find yourself in a bad situation.
All right, here we're going in. We do see it's a custom Squelcher, and we do see the return of the Charger. That's the Fire Fin variant. I could see that pick there with the Splash Wall and the Bomb Rush. It puts on a lot of pressure.
Yeah, for sure. We see the Squeezer often to come out on the side of, I think that's Vanilla Sky, yeah. Very good pick there with the bubbles, but the Ray does immediately come out at the beginning, and they do trade the picks back, but we've seen the advantage for Vanilla Sky. They're going to look to pop to push up here and find an advantage and probably get some points, but it looks like they're going to get shut down by the bucket and the Squeezer.
Already pushing up to that basket here. This is a good position for them to hold because they have easy access to the basket, and it is difficult for them to be pushed out unless they use some sort of specials or, as you see, the bombs are coming in just to try to dislodge them. Not a whole lot of clans though yet. It's too early in the match. They just haven't just spawned yet, I suppose. But they see the Bomb Rush coming out, taking out 2 members, and they are going to be opening this basket in the first.
Yeah, the bucket staying in a very good spot, staying in the base, not going down yet, finding a pick there on the junior. Nice pick there. I'll be to buy some more time for his teammates. He's going to find another pick. Yes, he is going to find another pick, giving his team more time to find clams and keep that basket open, weaving a dodge the Charger while substrafing, and that is a struggle for Charger's map, but he will go down to the Splat Bomb by the junior, but he would immediately get taken down by the other junior himself. They will find some more clams in there, but that might be the end of their push as they ultimately look to back out here.
That was quite the unfortunate bomb, but he did his duty. He held his zone, held his ground, and his teammates were able to get those clams in. 26 is nothing to sneeze at for an opening push.
Yeah, that's not nothing to sneeze at all. That's a very decent lead, especially considering they really exactly didn't get wiped there. They have some type of mid control as the Ray and Armor does come out in their favor, but the catcher does go down, but they do trade it back on the splash. Let's pick there by the Ray. Let's jump on that Jet Squelcher. Banana forced to pick up this power clan to keep it alive. In a drifting situation, in an advantage, looking to probably get some points going. They're not close to their armor yet. Zoning goes down, unfortunately. That's going to halt their chance to get a push going. But the bucket does go down as well. 2 go down on the side of Sleepy plus others. And now I think Vanilla Sky's going to have to push up here with that Bomb Rush and with all the other specials they have left.
Clambless, similar to Rainmaker, is one of those modes you really don't want to get a wipe on. And we see Sleepy here doing an excellent job with just keeping some members of their team alive just so they have the defense. But they haven't. Vanilla Sky has an opening here, getting it down to 33, so close to that lead there. Just unfortunate they have the 2 down, and Sleepy's going to be coming back to retaking mid and essentially shutting down that push.
Yeah, not a bad counter push coming out on the side of Vanilla Sky, but ultimately they have a pretty big penalty. Not exactly what they wanted, but they have a big penalty too on the side of C plus others, so it is very doable with 2 minutes left on the clock as the bubbles are coming out in the mid, looking to pop it there, get some mat control. Stick a 2v1, they both trade picks back, but Hyatt is probably trying to find a pick here, but he does go down to a bomb. Nice movement there by Sleepy. Now the Ray coming out, he's going to push him here and probably put a power clam. And do for another pick on that junior. Nice job to get rid of the support. 3 down on the side of Vanilla Sky. This could be the game, I'm at.
They are so close. They just need one more power clam, and they have it here. Several clams going in, and that's going to be game, set, match. KO for Sleepy. Once again, the 3 down was detrimental to Vanilla Sky. Once the last man went down, they had nothing to stop them from getting those clams in.
Yeah, for sure. Haya looked like he was going to be able to get that pick, but a nicely placed bomb by Sleepy was able to take him out and ultimately swing the momentum in their favor of Sleepy plus others. And now they're up 2-0 in the set, needing one more to punch their tickets to grand finals. And now they're playing on Splat Zone's Wahoo World.
I just want to call out that last push there. The Junior going up the right stack with the Stingray following up. Just you could see like the Stingray finished him off, but between him and the Junior, they were able to just sandwich in those two players that were defending the basket, and it just was so well executed. They got the assists on both of their plays there.
That is how you play Splatoon nowadays, using your specials and pushing up with them. Every time you pop a special, you have to make something happen with them. There is no point in popping a special if you're not going to do anything with it. This is a waste of special, and specials matter a lot in this game, as we all know. But coming into this next game, I think Vanilla Sky is going to have an advantage, considering they have a Charger player, maybe. And if they possibly can lock him out, and if Donna can get set up right and find some nice position to get some picks, they can find themselves winning this game and forcing game 4.
100% agree. This is an excellent backline, especially Charger favored map. We have that nice circular zone in the middle, and it's basically raised up above the rest of the map. So you have a whole lot of empty space for them to have to get through, and that's going to be the laser of the Charger just sweeping that area, trying to pick anyone who's too foolish to go in their sights.
Oh, but we see an E-Leader come out on our side plus others. We talked about him, Barry being a very known E-Leader player. I say that's a very nice pick. And we see Eclipse switching to the CDS. Another nice pick considering how wide this map is and how much range has an advantage here. So we see two nice picks there coming out on the side of C plus others. Vanilla Sky opposite stick with that same cop, except switch to a K shot. I think that's higher probably on that K shot, I'm pretty sure. We see first zone goes to the side of C plus others, but not before immediately get a recap back to the Sky. They're going to try to make a flanker. Nice pick there by Hyatt, find one pick. But we'll go down to the splash. And the E-Leader also goes down. Two downside from the Sky, but they do trade it back. But I think they'll be forced to back out here as C plus others will regain control. But the Junior, nice in a tough fight there, and it's going to lose to CDS.
That was quite unfortunate. He held on for a very long time. I think that missiles there are going to be great addition because of the largeness of the map. Having those missiles will be excellent for just zoning the enemy where you want them to be, especially when you're trying to push into the zone here. Splashdown coming out, they do get the turnaround, and so they're going to be chewing through this short penalty pretty soon. Unfortunately, we do see the 96 going down on zone, so that's going to be flipped right back to Sleepy and others.
Yeah, for sure. But it is nice they got that cap. It would have bought us for some more time and get a chance to get more picks like they did just now. Two down outside of C plus others. And so now Vanilla Sky's going to look to probably get this jump there. But they missed it. They didn't get the pick, unfortunately. I thought for sure they would have had that pick. But the CDS will drop on that left side, getting another flank there. And now we're going to see momentum swing for the favor of C plus others and recap the zone as their foresight with this bomb rush.
We got the bombs, we got the armor, we got the CDS coming in. That Charger had nowhere to go except out.
Yeah, for sure. There's not much you can do there as a Charger except jump out. It's the best option to make. Eclipse being very aggressive there, finding a nice pick on a high end, their only missile. So now they really don't have a way to push in the zone. And so now CD plus Other is going to maintain that zone, but the CDS will find himself going down. And now the Ealing we push up by this 96 will be forced to jump out. And so now Vanilla Sky's going to try to repaint the zone. Higher finding a nice pick there. And now they're going to recap the zone and probably push a finder to pick there. Nice.
Yeah, Vanilla Sky coming in and retaking the zone. I am very impressed by the plays by these teams. Wahoo World is one of those maps that is difficult to get back in if you get locked out successfully, but so far both of these teams have been doing an excellent job of eliminating the defense and just getting into the zone fairly quickly and just not getting locked out for too long. We do see the 3 minutes of Vanilla Sky going down, almost that lead there, but unfortunately Sleepy is still maintaining that as we get into the last 2 minutes of the game.
Barry on a little pop-off there, finding 3 nice picks on his way back into the zone. As Advantage still in their favor, they still have the lead. Vanilla Sky needs to find a way to make it back in the zone and flip the match, but specials on the side of C++, as we probably been doing, like the Inkling coming out right here. We can't see what's going on yet. We do see 96 does go down. They have to get in there and pick the zone, but the Bomber is just forcing them out. But then they're going to try to take a risky flank, going to try to kill his E-Leader. Oh, but he will get tap-shotted to death by Barry as this is complete team white, and that is the game. Sleepy plus others win the set 3-0.
Well played by Sleepy. That was quite impressive. they countered the bomb rush with their own bomb rush, and just with all the pressure coming in, they still held their cool and held the zone to get that KO.
Yeah,
That's
for sure.
gonna be the round going to Sleepy as they move on to finals.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to be commentating them in finals up IMAT. We'll wait to see who their opponents will be as we take you guys to a short break.
Welcome back, everyone, to Swim or Swink. It is I, Mad Gamer the Second, and I am joined by the one and only Stormy.
Yes, sir. Stormy here, ready to come to Grand Finals. But before we get into that, we have a couple of reminders for you guys to look at.
Yes, indeed. First up, we have Riptide, a Splatoon LAN happening in September. It's going to be the 9th through the 11th at Kalahari in Sandusky, Ohio. It's going to be Splatoon, Smash, Rivals, and some others. You're going to have water slides, arcade, and it'll be the first LAN to host a Splatoon 3 event. Super exciting, you're not going to miss it. You can sign up today, !Riptide for more information.
And yes, another announcement we have is an upcoming major Super Jump 2, a Splatoon 2 major for all players, featuring a large prize pool, 2 ways of competition, and a quality live stream. It also features 2-day format with multiple day 2 brackets. So everyone will find matches close to their skill level. It's all going down July 23rd to the 24th. Are you ready to jump in? Check out it. Are you ready to jump in? Go ahead, sign up. I'm not open here in the IPL Discord server.
And as always, if you'd like to support IPL for events such as these, you can do so at IPL on Patreon, !Patreon for more information. Or if you just want to, if you don't have the money but you want to donate some of your time, staff applications are open.
Yes, indeed. And now if you go to Grand Finals, we have a Shell going up against Sleepy plus others. What do you think I'm at?
This is going to be quite the matchup. We did see Sleepy here in this last round. They put on quite the showing against Vanilla Sky. Very strong teams. And so I am very excited to see who they're going to be facing up, who else has made it to Grand Finals.
Yes, for sure. They're going to be starting on Clan Blister Reef. Grand Finals is best of 7. So they will be playing. Team will have to win 4 games in order to win the whole thing. So, like I said, they're starting on Clan Blister Reef. I'm expecting to see some ranged weapons come out, maybe a squeezer for bubbles. It is a typical like Clan Blitz stage that we always see, so both teams should be pretty comfortable playing on this map.
Indeed. The Reef is definitely one of my favorite maps to play on. Definitely going to be a lot of long range. I'm curious to see what kind of range we're going to be seeing. We did see the Squelcher coming out from Sleepy in the past matches. However, Dynamo and Explosher are also pretty handy just because they're great for holding that bridge.
Yeah, for sure. We do see the comps come out here. We see a typical comp there. You did mention the Explosion. I think you got your wish. And we see the Explosion coming out for the side of Seashell. We know we're going to call him Shell. We see the Explosion coming out on the side of Shell as the army immediately coming out on the side of Sleepy. As they will try looking and probably get mid, but this is getting blocked out by that Tri-Slosher and Squeezer here, with the SO pushing them and applying a lot of pressure there. The Squeezer finding a nice pick there in the front side. They immediately go 2 down on Sleepy plus others. Shell is looking here to pick us kind of probably the first point. 3 down now is just a bucket, and this is just already a slobber knocker of a set.
Yeah, this is not good for Sleepy. They're going to need to come back quickly because with Clan Blitz, if you get too many down, you have no one to defend the basket. But I think time is on their side. They went down so quickly, there was not enough clams to really have enough for push. They are able to bring it back and have the defense ready. But this Explosion reaching places you normally wouldn't expect to reach, and coming in with the aggression on the left side. You go.
Yeah, the Explosion being really aggressive there. That was the first death by anyone pretty much on the side of Shell, and now we see the momentum swinging 2 down the side of Shell, and now we see the momentum swift in the direction of Sleepy plus others. And they're looking to make control, finally pick on the Tri-Slosher, probably get some more clams, probably pushing, but the K-Shot does go down, unfortunately. And so now they're going to try to take their time. The Junior forced to back out here by the range of that Squeezer, and the X-Watcher there on the bridge looking to apply a lot more pressure.
Yeah, both of these teams taking their time, trying to get some map control and just find any little clans that they can get their hands on. Shell here doing an excellent job, even though they weren't able to make a push that last time. They were able to hold on to their power clam and most of their clams. That being said, that is a wipe.
Oh my god, that is an immediate wipe there. They will quickly build up a power clam and probably get some more points going. Throwing bombs on the top to slow them down there. They will get it pushed all the way down to 65 so far. The missiles do come out. Monitor trying to find some more picks from here in that left. They find 2 more picks. Nice job there by Sleepy plus others. By getting more pressure going, throwing some more clams. They do find themselves scoring some more points. And now Shell has to find a way to stop the defense here, but they're being forced out by bombs in this Keisha here that's pushing this X-Posture. He will find a trade there, and ultimately this would ultimately push down all the way to 23, my bad. And a very nice starting push there by Sleepy plus others, and now looks to defend.
Yes, Maya the last one remaining. They are backing up, holding on to that bridge, just making sure they don't have a instant comeback push here. So we have that pig climb in play. They were doing such an excellent job of getting up under that ledge. The only thing that could take down the bucket was another bucket. But we do see Shell coming back, 24 clams already. They are setting up for a push of their own, and they are well locked and loaded.
Yeah, look at them. We're going to try to get that push going, but a Tri-Slosher unfortunately going down there. But fortunately for them, they have 2 armors, but it's not ready yet. But they do want to pick on the cash up, but they will get traded back by the Squeezer. Looking to defend here. This X-Boss is doing a good job staying alive, placing his shots, arcing their shots, and nice positions there. So they will be able to get that scoring with the bubbles coming out and possibly chew down the penalty points. Baller coming out to swap some more time, but the Enza does go down here. The Charles in a nice spot to get some picks. Found a nice pick there on the junior. They probably won't be able to keep this push going. They're going to have to opt to back out here and probably pop an armor, but they do get picked off for it.
You see, they did get the ball in, but unfortunately did not get quite the points I think they were hoping to get. But just excellent play by the Explosion there. They held their ground on the bridge, but then they also opted to go for the aggression on that left side there. And then just the amount of willpower to not use that baller right away was excellent. We do see they're still coming back in. Blue bubbles are coming out. They are still in good control of the bridge here. Sleepy has not yet had a good chance to really come back out, but then again, they really haven't need to as they're still in a sizable lead here.
This was forcing them to rotate there on that right side, as you can see. So we see a lot of control there for Shell on his right side, but the Charles are being overzealous there. The Izza also being overzealous there. Will both get punished for that nice job there by Sleepy plus others. And they're playing a lot more aggressive compared to at the beginning here, I'm at. Because we saw earlier, they were kind of like a little bit scared to approach, but now Sleepy plus others is like, okay, now we're going to push up on you and lock you, you have a chance to score. With only 40 seconds left to go, the boat's forced out here, but the missile is going to stop those bubbles ultimately. And the Squeezer does go down. There's really no momentum to probably keep this push going. And we see a 2 situation, but the Explosion goes down. He do find a pick there, but will he find a pick? It would stop this push. Yes, he will. He will force the end of the back out. He armored the armor ready. 20 seconds left on the clock. They have armor ready, but they need to build another power clamp to force overtime, I'm at.
Yeah, I don't think they have quite enough time just yet. Sleepy and others still in a good defensive position here with a power clamp of their own. They're going to have to make some moves quickly. They do have the power clamp, so we are going to be going into overtime, but they're going to have to really execute this well in order to bring about the comeback here. Oh, the Squeezer coming in, getting the power clamp, and so it's just the Explosion.
Not much he can do there by himself. He's just a little Explosion, you know. Not much Explosion can do by himself. So a very nice play by Sleepy Other to ultimately shut down that game. Get her, throw the clamp in the barrier, closing that game out. Game 1 going to Sleepy plus others. Nice job there.
After their 3-0 victory, Sleepy is on a roll here. I think you made a good point. They were a little bit timid at the beginning of that first match, but I think once they got that first lead and they started getting to a feel of Shell's playstyle, they really amped up the aggression there and really went in at them.
Yeah, nice shot there, Sleepy plus others. And then while Shell was trying to make that last push, I wanted to call out that they had 2 armors at ready, but unfortunately the Tri-Slosher goes down, and it seems that Sleepy plus others has been doing a really good job punishing that Tri-Slosher for being overly aggressive throughout the entire set. So that's what I believe helped them take that 1-0 lead as they now rotate to a favorable Shell map, which is Splat Zones Anchovy.
Yes, we have. This could see the comeback of the Charger for the side of Barry, but honestly I would not be surprised if they kept to that the Squelcher. But as you said, I think you're right, this is going to be a very favorable map for Shell here, especially if they opt for the Explosion.
Yeah, for sure. Explosion can apply a lot of pressure here in the zone. So Sleepy plus others have to do what they did last game and play a lot more aggressively and put pressure on the Expo so they can have a chance to win. Shell is looking to go into their comfort zone here, lock them out, play a stalemate, and win the game, make it 1-1 in the series. 3 more games for Sleepy plus others to win before they can call themselves the SOS 73 champions, but I think Shell has something to say about that.
Yes, indeed, quite so. I think Miner is definitely going to be a key part of Sleepy's aggression. they were doing an excellent job of just getting up right underneath the ledge there. In combination with the missiles in that last push they did, in fact, the only push they ever did in the last match, they were right up past the basket and just keeping them at bay, keeping them from getting out of their spawn.
Yeah, for sure. Even though Miner wasn't getting a bunch of kills, the Junior and the Shot were pairing really well with him, taking advantage of the fact of his presence being there and finding shots in the opponents, especially the K-Shot doing a nice job positioning himself to find those picks. As we dive right in here for Splat Zone's Anchovy, we see the comps coming out here. We see a switch to the CDS. I like the switch. We see a switch to a Flingza roller on the side of Shell. And that's the same. So no Explosure here, opting to go for those double missiles and probably spam them, just like I did last game.
Yes, we have a double missiles on both sides, and it's still the double armor for Shell here with the Junior and the Tri-Slosher. Gonna be an interesting matchup. I'm curious to see how this plays out. I was not expecting this kind of comp.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I wasn't expecting this. You see a lot of foil flings that come out here on this map. As you can see why. Look at that, man. Just ultimately shredding them. Just ultimately decimating them. Send them to the Shadow Realm with them flicks. As now it's a complete wipe on the side of Sleepy plus others now. The missiles after ready for this Flingza. But also look to lock him out here. This Junior is forced to take a weird direction now to force to get away to get in. Missiles coming out on the side. The CDS does find itself going down. And like I said before, this is Shell's comfort zone. Being a JP team and whatnot, you all know they're really good at zones, and this is what they're good at. This is what they do. And so now, Sleepy plus Other has to find a way around it, but the Tri-Slosher is just not letting that happen.
Just absolutely going ham on them, just right up in their faces. They had to take them out before they get in, and they are contesting that zone. They are able to flip it before it gets too far down. That puts a sizable penalty for Shell, but they have quite a bit to make up here, and so they are going to be taking control of the zone and the mid area here.
Nice job there by Shell with the team coordinate, not Shell, Sleepy plus Others with the team coordination there to take down that Zap and Tri-Slosher, but they do find themselves getting capped, but they take a lot of nice fights there. Finally got pick on the Zap, on the Tri-Slosher, and the Tri-Slosher again as we speak. It's not ultimately, they're 3 down once again, and they're being locked out now by missiles, and they have armor at the ready. This could be really tough for Shell to come back in. Armor being popped kind of early, I would say. And so now Shell, all they do is wait that out and pop their armor, find a way back into the zone as the bucket does go down.
Missiles are coming out. 2 members of Sleepy are down. The Junior's going to be going down with just the Quelcher remaining. They're going to have to back up here. Shell in control, just ticking down through that penalty, and they're going to be coming back into their lockout positions. Yeah, see that roller already in position on their plat, just putting so much pressure on that back area there.
Yeah, again, but Sleepy plus Other just keeps punishing his Tri-Slosher for being overzealous there. Able to find a nice pick there, the Flingza roller there, and the Tri-Slosher will be able to get punished there, but they punish Tri-Slosher back. 2v2 situation here. Sleepy plus Others have to get this zone, but they're going to opt to push the Jet, and they do find a pick on the Jet. Nice job there by Eclipse being aggressive. Does find a pick on that jump. They're going to try to push his fan and miss him out and probably find another pick there. So now Shell is forced to back out in the situation, but the Tri-Slosher says, no, I'm moving up. And let's find a pick, but he gets punished once again. Nice job there once again about Sleepy plus Other punish aggression of that Tri-Slosher. They're going to find a pick on that Flingza. Huge picks there. The missile user's pretty much down, and now it's just a jet squasher there. Going to force to pop those missiles and try to find a way back into the zone, I'm at.
Yeah, Sleepy in a good position here to hold on to that zone. Just a Junior down, but that bucket is going to have to hop out there as they are coming back to that right side. They're just a little bit outranged. Once again, the Tri-Slosher just going in and going down. Sleepy in control once again, but they do have a bit of a penalty to get through it now. It's just so back and forth. Both teams are retaking and taking zone.
Yeah, for
Members
sure.
of both sides going down.
Yeah, for sure. I think that Tri-Slosher is running quick respawn, so that can explain why they're just going in and trying to get some picks, which is not a bad strategy at all. Just really good. They keep punishing it. But between the NZAP, the Tri-Slosher, and the Flingza, and all the missiles coming in, Shell just has a lot more paint on her side, comparably so to the side of Sleepy plus Others. So they are forced to out-frag and kill them on the side of Sleepy plus Others. And if they can do that, they can probably do it. Tasha going down once again. Another missile coming out there. Just want to pick on this bucket, but 2 go down on the side of Shell. Another missile coming out. The CDS goes down, unfortunately. VDS, my bad, does go down. So they are going to force him to cut the zone, and he's going to find another pick there on the Junior there. And now with 50 seconds left to go, Sleepy plus Others has to find a way back into this match.
And they're just not able to hold on for long enough to get through their penalty for too long. they have the missiles online. They have the armor coming soon. They have the bombers coming soon. But as you said, they're just not able to really hold out for long enough. It's just they're overwhelmed by the paint and all the missiles and such. The Triads are coming in, doing what they do best, taking 2 members down, and that's going to be an instant flip back with only 5 points away from that lead.
A ton of missiles have been popped between both these teams, but nice job there by Charleston getting that double kill there. Ultimately looking to seal the deal, but they do find a pick on that ends up and the flings up. Not only because we're going to drop on that Charleston and find a pick on the zone. He's going to try to pick this, so they do find a pick on Charleston, so they are going to be able to cap the zone, and now we're going to be forced to go into overtime here. Let's see if they can do it, but they pop the missiles right back, the bucket goes down. They're going to push up this Flimsy here on the bottom left side, but he's getting messed up once again. So are they able to find a pick on this Flimsy? They have to kill this Flimsy if they want to win. I think they're going to find a pick on this Flimsy here. No, they're not. The Jericho goes down on their side. They do retake the zone, but 2 go down, and that is the game. A very back and forth game there. It could have gone either way, but the overall paint just superior on the side of Shell as they bring the set 1-1.
That was so down to the wire there. Like, Shell had such a distinct advantage right at the beginning that they got it down really good lead. But I think as time went on, Sleepy were starting to get their momentum going. They just didn't have enough time to bring it all the way through. And so they were just a few points short of that lead right at the end. And Shell is going to be taking this zones on Anchovy.
Yeah, for sure. It just seems like the Soda just couldn't find a way to do anything, especially it's very hard with all those missiles just coming at you between the Jet Squadron and the Flames, with both spam missiles a lot. But both sides were spamming missiles like crazy. But that's just how you play splat zones. But we are going to see, I think, a more aggressive, friendly map, which is Tower Control Manta Maria. What do you think I'm at?
I think we're going to be seeing a lot of buckets. They're going to have quite at the time here. There's a lot of good places for them to just get in and keep the enemy out, especially for tower control. There are key positions you really want to take control of. Bunker and the left snipe for one, and just having a bucket in bunker is going to be so hard to dislodge.
Yeah, it is going to be hard to like pretty much remove them on any sides in these ledges and bunker, as you said before. I'm expecting them to maybe stick with that flanger, or maybe they'll go back to the X-Blosher, considering how the stage is. But maybe they might be afraid to be out aggroed, which is what CB plus others did in the last game. I don't expect too much of a comp change on the side of CB plus others, but I do expect maybe like one comp change from the side of Shell.
I'm curious to see if they're gonna stick with the Squelcher, or if they're gonna opt to swap back to Charger. Barry has been doing a lot of Squelcher this time around, so most likely gonna be sticking with that. As far as the X-Blosher, I could see that happening, but honestly, between that and the Flings, either could be viable for tower control.
Yeah, for sure, as we are going to be heading into this game real soon. They say it's tied 1-1, so both these teams seem to be on even footing as far as skill and coordination goes. So we're just going to see how the rest of the set plays out. A lot of game left to play. This is the best of 7, as I said before, as we dive right in to the match. I'm mad. We're going to see the comps coming out here. And we see on the side of Sleep plus others, we see a switch to the Machine and a Charger. And we see a more switch to more of a meta pick here. A 96 and Tri-Slosher with the K-Shot and Custom Jet.
Interesting. We do see the Stingray for the Custom Jet Squelcher, still sticking with the missiles and the double armor, just a slightly different weapon this time around. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. They opted for the Kenta Sloshing Machine. I think those fizzies are what they're looking for with this particular terrain. There's a lot of good places to lob those fizzies, especially when you have a long-range backline such as the Charger or the Squelcher.
Yeah, unfortunately, though, Armor is going to save them for getting sniped here by Barry. He did hit that shot, but it just won't kill because no armor. It was a nice job there, but I tried shots at the flank of the beginning on the right side. They get some paint going on the right side, so now they can use it to their advantage as the raid does come out here by there. He's trying to find a pit, but he does get flanked by the Junior. Nice job there taking out the raid. They made aggression. Now they're supposed to going 2 down, 3 down on the side of Shell. A full wipe now. And now they're going to look to turn the map in their field and push in the other direction.
They were able to get through that checkpoint there, so that is going to be a little easier for them in the future, but that was an excellent stop right there before they were able to get too far in, and they have a good chance here to get control of their own and have a push going. We do see the Slosha here in the bunker. They are going to be pushing up past the bunker into street and just taking control of that as they get through that first checkpoint.
see the machine try to add pressure to the Charles or not. It was quite exactly get that pick. Might be able to find it now if he's lucky, but no, the Ray coming out going to force him to back off. This machine being very cautious, but does ultimately get picked up. But it's just a Tri-Slosher though, not shredded by Sleepy plus others, maintaining patience, not forcing it, and getting a complete wipe there as he finds, as Eclipse find another pick, looking to be very aggressive. He's finding the pick on the Just Cause probably. Yes, he does find another pick. That is, even if he doesn't take another, that's a very nice pick. As the Junior follows up right behind him and finds another pick. But it's a Tri-Slosher here, bugging his charger on the tower. Will he get taken out? But he does get forced out there. The push is still going for Sleepy plus others, but he gets tap shotted to death.
Oh man!
It's Oakmeyer in the bucket. 3 down again on the side of Shell, and this is looking really good for Sleepy plus others.
First, the K shot from left field to really get up on that mass there, and then the tower itself going up against the Tri-Slosher. They just weren't able to get a good hit on that charger. Just that pull in the middle of the tower, protecting him for the longest time until the Tri-Slosher is taken down. But that being said, they are able to bring it back and stop him before the KO. 2 points away from that KO, and Barry is the last one remaining.
Nice, a very strong push there, almost getting the KO by the side Sleepy plus others with 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go left in this match. Shell needs to find a way in and find a way quick in. So now this Tri-Slosher is going to look to be very aggressive, as you can see right there. But he gets punished once again for being overly aggressive. Nice, he's going to find himself going down too. And now with the drifting situation, Sleepy plus others looking to probably secure this win. But the charger does get picked off and flanked for the splashdown, but it does get canceled. Splashdown, not a good special per usual. That's what happens. And now we see advantage shifting for the side of Shell. And now going to look to possibly take his lead back by parting with his armor and Stingray.
Yeah, this is just what they need. Tower control being a very snowball-y mode, so if they can get a good push going, it's going to be very difficult to stop them. We can't see that Slosher machine in position to try to take on the tower, but once again, the Tri-Slosher and his teammate coming in from the left side there, taking control of mass and just shutting down that upper area.
We see a 2v2 situation going on here. The Tri-Slosher trying to find this K-shot. And that's just afflicted by the K-shot to stop this push ultimately. Probably something there, but he does find another pick there. Find a trigger back and pick on the Jet Squelcher. Jumps coming in for the side of Shell, but they do get taken down, unfortunately. 3 down on the side of Shell. Just the Tri-Slosher left. So they're going to try to find him and get rid of it so they don't get jumps, but he will opt to back out to mid with a minute left on this clock. And so now Shell looking to play patient. They already smashed through that second checkpoint finally, but they still got to make it past that third checkpoint, I'm mad. So this could be problematic for them.
Yes, with only a minute left remaining and still 1 checkpoint to go, this is going to be rather difficult to bring it back, especially since Sleepy is able to reset the tower to mid. So that's going to be the whole route for them to have to go through once again. And with so many members of both teams up, they're just not a sizable opening at this point in time, especially as specials are going to be coming out to online.
You know, when you think about it, it's really good that Sleepy plus others keep punishing this Tri-Slosher, because that's pretty much, if you think about it, the main aggression for the side of Shell. And as long as they keep punishing them like they're doing right now and ultimately wiping them, their main aggro and main killing power really can't do anything, and that's why they can't find momentum. Nice job here by Sleepy plus others with 10 seconds left to go in the match. They're going to ultimately look to win this game here as the force and the armor does come out. I don't think there's any chance Shell comes back and touches tower at all.
Yeah, there's a lot of yellow on the map, especially with that K-shot sitting pretty up in that left area. This is going to be a match for Sleepy and others.
Yeah, for sure. It's like they keep punishing that Tri-Slosher. I'm pretty sure that Tri-Slosher is wearing QR, so they can't just keep going in. But as long as Sleepy plus others keep punishing the Tri-Slosher for being overly aggressive, the main aggro isn't really doing anything. The K-shot isn't really an aggro weapon. The 96 is more of a pseudo aggro, not like an Enza which can play aggro. But it's just not working out for them. And so now Sleepy plus others is at a 2-1 advantage over Shell and need 2 more wins to win Grand Finals.
Yes, indeed. Essentially blunting the point of the spear there, they're able to get a lot of brute force going in there, but as you said, with the Tri-Slosher just got taken down one too many times, and so it really came back to bite them at the end there.
Yeah, for sure. They had a chance to get there at the near the middle of the match. They almost got a push going, but unfortunately the K-shot made a clutch flank. Good job there by Eclipse to find a couple of picks there to ultimately shut down the push before it gets even worse. So now we're going to see them on Rainmaker Snapper. And if I'm if I'm Sleepy plus others, I would try to win here right now on Rainmaker, then Clambless. I don't think they want to see him back on Splat Zones.
That is a good point. That being said, though, I think Shell might have a slight advantage, or at least their tactics might come into play here, as Rainmaker is a mode you can go just take it and go if they play their cards right. But I think Sleepy, all I gotta do is just play it, not necessarily be too overextended, and then as they have in the past couple of games, just really stop them, take out the Tri-Slosher, and then that's just one less man to worry about, and so they already have a man advantage there.
Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking the exact same way you are. But I think Shell can easily find their footing here. Maybe find a map maybe one of these maps they're comfortable on. I can see them being very comfortable on Humpback coming up very soon. But first, they have to try to find a way to try to set here on Rainmaker, Stafford Canal, a very typical Rainmaker map that can end in a minute if they so want. And we see the comps coming out here. Same usually for Shell as the Expo and Flings will both come out on this side of Shell. They're going to be a little bit more defensive with more chip damage for their Slayers, mainly being the Tri-Slosher, like we said before. And so we're going to see how this plays out for them.
Sleepy here going for a Joy Walk on the right side here, paying up, getting his armor ready. Already online, and the Stinger is going to be coming out as well. I don't see... It looks like the Rainmaker has been popped. I didn't see who popped it there, but Sleepy does have the bomb advantage as far as the instant pop goes, because of the Burst Bomb and the Explosher's either Point Sensor or I think it's the Sprinkler actually. So either way, they have, yeah, they don't have quite the exploding power for that pop. Sleepy going to be taking it to the left side here. Not a huge advantage, or not a huge lead, but they do take 3 members with them, so that push is not over yet.
Ultimately getting a delayed wipe on the side of Shell, getting some nice points there, especially early in the game. 36 is a pretty good push, especially when only a minute of the game has gone by. And they do have map control of this left side, so they're going to look to try to take out this Tri-Slosher once again. But it's going to opt to play patient here, probably look at a bit of his armor before they push back in. The Mr. coming out on the side of Shell, but ultimately getting pressured really hard here by this bucket. But armor coming out is going to force him to back up and try to take his fight here. Who's going to win this engagement? Oh, the Tri-Slosher wins the engagement with help with his teammate right there. So now we see advantage shifting in the favor of Shell to try to get the push going.
Guys, we still have 2 members of Sleepy down. The Rainmaker is popped. They are well ready and set for a push of their own. Tri-Slosher painting the way, getting up into this snipe area, taking out the other bucket. Some bucket-on-bucket violence, and they have a clear path up the middle there, as the Rainmaker is going to be going left.
Interesting choice to go left. I saw a lot of momentum going towards mid, so I thought for sure they would push that route, but it may work out in their favor. The Tri-Slosher does find a pick there, but 2 go down on the side of Shell. Is going to try to pick up this Tri-Slosher. It will do so without dying themselves. So the Rainmaker locked in mid, stuck in a bad position here, but teammates are jumping back in and come and help and try to take this fight. They will relax here. Find a pick on the Jet. If I pick on the Jet squad, there's no Ray for them, so they're all going to pick up. Bombers have to come out here, but a nice play there by Eclipse to stall at that push and buy time for his teams to come back in. I'm mad.
Yeah, with 3 members down, that would have been a detrimental lead there, but able to take out the Rainmaker in a trade was excellent work right there. So they are going to have to regroup and reset here as specials are coming back online. But Sleepy is already in a good defensive position, so they don't think they're going to be able to make anything of this push at this time.
With 2 minutes 20 seconds left to go in this match, Sleepy plus others probably is not satisfied with their lead. So they're going to try to add to look more points there. But ultimately, make sure they don't give it enough ground. They do know he's sharking that, but what a nice pick there. But unfortunately, had to take a dip into the water consequently. But a double pick here by the Tri-Slosher there. So now we see momentum shifting in the favor of Shell with 3 down on the side. Plus others, but the Ray is ready. It's probably going to come out here to start their push. But Mr. coming out on the side, armor at the ready. Tri-Slosher being very aggressive, trying to find a pick there. It's going to get forced out of position and not be with his team. So now it's just the Tri-Slosher, but he's just going to get raided out at this point. They know where he is. They do find him. So now they're just going to try to look at him. He's going to force to be jumped out. Nice defense there by CB plus others to keep their lead.
They're getting closer and closer to that lead there, but that Ray, as you said, was online and ready to go. The anti-Raymaker weapon of choice, and they just weren't able to get very far unless they were able to deal with that. 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining. Sleepy and others is already retaking mid there, but they try to get the sneaky flank to pick up the Rainmaker, but they're just too short before they're taken out.
Yeah, only 1 minute and 10 seconds left to go in this match. I'm at Sleepy plus others need to do something to change the child direction. The ends up in the bucket have both been pretty much the main Slayers, like I said before, getting kills, and they do trade it back once again with the K-Shot. The Eclipse doing a lot of work here on this K-Shot during this entire set. but don't knock out Miner yet. Miner is doing a good job, but he gets forced off by the armor. Oh no! And now it puts Shell at an advantage, and now they go 2 down, but the Ray is still up. So they do have a little bit of a backbone here. I think the Ray's going to come out very soon, but the armor coming out here, so they're going to try to lead there, but they do find a pick on the Rainmaker. It's going to start him out for a second. 3v3 situation here with 35 seconds left to go in this game. 2v2 situations going there, 3v2 situation. And so now the bucket here trying to find a pick there, but the baller will come out and probably get some more room for a show to work with. Are they going to be able to get the lead? They do force the Rainmaker. They are going to be able to get the lead by 4 points. And now with only 20 seconds left to go, Sleepy plus others has us in the fast in order to get this lead back.
Shots are still alive. That Explosion there, staying alive for as long as it did, held a key position, just keep them in spawn and the Rainmaker where it was. So even though they went a couple man down, their teammates were able to respawn, come back, and they brought it back with that lead there. So just a Trash Slasher coming alive. He's still coming back. He's coming around for the flank, and that Rainmaker is going to be not surviving for too long. But no, they stopped the Trash Slasher.
Oh, but they're put in a very bad position after Fleas are finishing them off. And that is game going to Shell. An ultimately very stalemated game for Rainmaker Snapper. And now the set is tied 2-2 as we head to Game 5.
Looks like they're going to be bringing us all the way through all 7 matches. We're in for a treat today.
Yeah, for sure. Not 7 yet. Not 7 yet. If they both teams win each one of these next 2 games, then it will probably be Game 7. But we will be heading to Clan Blitz Humpback Pump Track. But we will be seeing 6 games, so I think that's very exciting for a Grand Final set, especially for SOS. That's usually the Grand Finals are like usually clean sweeps. So I'm very excited to see how this 6-game set, possibly 6-game, possibly 7-game set can play out.
I'm very intrigued by this next map mode because I would expect the comp and the strategy of Shell to be have the advantage here, but Sleepy and others was the one that won the last Clams match, so I am not sure at this point.
I mean, Shell didn't do a bad job there on that first Clams game. He just got unfortunately out aggroed, but it is Humpback, and even though aggro is favorable here, especially with the missiles, you can easily lock people out of this map if you're not careful and ultimately win. And we see the comps come out here on the side of Shell, same comp coming on the side, and we see the same comp as well coming outside of Shell, now looking to change here, going to roll with the same thing, the Zap and the Charger being the main aggro here, but the Tri-Slosher is very comfortable here. It can do a lot of work here on the Zap, but armor does come out, so I think plus others. We see the Exploit here on the left side, applying a lot of chip damage, putting paint down for the side of Shell, and ultimately we see the map control going in favor of Shell.
Yes, but the Trash Slasher and the Explo combo is going to be quite deadly on this map because both have quite the reach on the unusual terrain. There's a lot of places for them to sneak around and get through, and then the Explo on its own just has a lot of reach on this map. Just from mid, they have pretty much can reach through all of the enemy plats.
Miner here doing a nice job there defending and ultimately finding a lot of trades for his picks. Tri-Slosher in mid there on the left side looking to paint this map and probably build clams. We see the clan economy in the favor of Shell, looking to get the first ones going as armor is at the ready for the Tri-Slosher. 2 armors at the ready, 1 is popped, so now they're going to look to push up and probably get another special and probably start it out. As missiles do come out, they will jump to avoid those missiles and make sure they stay alive. The bucket dropping, but a nice pick there by Barry on that Jet Squelcher to stall for more time for his teammates. The 3v2 situation is in mid. 3v2 situation in mid, 2v2 situation in mid, 1v1 situation now as both the teams are going at each other's necks.
This Explo once again just going right in, not afraid to get its hands dirty and push at the enemy team. They were able to push them back just long enough for the roller to grab that power clam before it despawned. I think the key position here is going to be that left bunker. If they're going to want to make any sizable lead or push, they're going to have to take out that bunker. That's where the main position they're going to be defending from.
Yeah, we see Miner here being very aggressive, finding a pick on that ends up, but does ultimately get taken down by the Flames and flips for another pick, but Barry trades it right back. We're seeing a lot of trades going back and forth here for both teams. This is coming out on the side of CB plus others. With 3 minutes left to go in this game, no team has even made a power clam yet, to my knowledge, honestly, for what I've seen. Maybe I'm blind, but we're just going to have to wait and see with only 3 minutes left to go. But, oh no, we get taken down by the Session Bomb. That is very unfortunate. Probably didn't see it right there. This foot's gonna have a very hard time getting out of that. Gets caught in a rock and a hard place right there. Tri-Slosher being very aggro once again, as it usually does. Macro Show in the favor of 3 plus others. Look, they probably build special and find some clams, but it just seems that neither team can find the clams they need or position to start a push going as it's a complete stalemate.
Yeah, this has been quite the Hunger Games here. Just a lot of people getting splat, a lot of people getting taken down, but not a whole lot of points being added to the board just yet. There's not been a whole lot of clams in possession by either teams. I had seen one power clam at one point. Oh, here we go. We see the first push, the first basket being broken.
Yeah, for sure, but that's only just one power clam. But they do find a white. But the Jet Scorcher isn't going to be able to make it in time. Yes, he is going to be able to make it in time, but only be able to put it on a 68. And for all we know, for how this match is going, that could be the game-winning push if they keep playing defensive way ahead the rest of the game. And they do lock on missile with 3 people. The charge on the left side will look to get pincered there. Finds a nice pick there, but we'll receive help from the ends of his teammate and some map control in the favor of Shell as well as the pop armor there. Find a nice pick there on the K-shot, and they're going to get a push going here, I'm at.
They are certainly getting a push going. They have so many clams in possession here. If they are able to put them in, this could be the lead right here. Which is that Transfixer hanging on, and another power clam. That is going to be lead for Shell, and that is a sizable lead indeed. But they do 2 members are down, so they are going to have to retreat for the time being. Nope, the Transfixers, nope, they are going to stick around. They are still in their base, and we have a jump coming in.
You know, despite the fact they got 2 power clams in, I would say that was a very nice defense there for the South Sea plus others, and they ultimately do get 3 down right now and have a chance for a counter push. But I think they're going to opt to be patient here with a minute left on the clock and build power clams so they get the push. And so now we see Eclipse here going this right, so going to possibly look to get a flank there, but the Junior does go down. So the Expo finds a nice pick on the Expo. So now Eclipse in a position to get a push going. He's going to find a pick on this ends up in a 1v1 with his ends up. With the missiles on him, he's going to find a pick there. The basket is broken open, so they're going to score some more clams there. Oh, to be able to find a way to get lead. Another pick there by Eclipse. Eclipse popping off, but they're not able to keep the scores going. There's enough to go in the game. CB finds another nice pick. Mac Control still heavily in favor of CB plus others, but there's enough to go in this game, I'm at.
Eclipse just unstoppable there, only getting stopped by the Explosher. That is going to be a delayed 3 down for the side of Shell, so that's going to be a lot of their special depleted. That being said, that we do see a lot of specials online, but 20 seconds left. They're going to have to make a move soon. They don't have a whole lot to go to get that lead, but they are 3 down, and that's 10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, ultimately they just push getting shut it down. They will score that power climb in, but they do have a chance for overtime if they can possibly lock them out here. But the bucket going down, when 2 people going down on the side with others, they will not get that overtime, and they will see themselves going down 2-3 to the side of Shell. A very back and forth snowballing game right there. What a match!
Indeed, that was very drawn out. It's just very close at the very end. But this is honestly not a good position for Sleepy. As you mentioned before, Zones is going to be the next mode, and we have seen Shell just really come out strong on Zones, and so it's going to be on Inkblood as well. I think Sleep is going to be at quite a disadvantage coming out.
Yeah, for sure. The last time they played Zones, they were just straight up just getting outpainted on the side compared to Shell, and so now they're forced to have to outkill their opponents, which in this current meta is very hard to do, I will say. So this can be very tough for Sleep plus others, but it is doable by all means. The last Zones match was very close, I would say, but with it being Splat Zones Inkbot, I don't expect that much of a comp change coming out on the side of Shell. And Sleep plus others is most likely going to stick to what they're comfortable with. So we're just going to see how this plays out, I'm at.
Indeed, I think Sleepy is definitely going to have to learn from their past match and just to come out on top here. As you said, no comp change whatsoever. Both teams are going to be rocking the same kit as before, so it's going to be quite interesting. Just still a lot of paint for the side of Shell.
Yeah, a lot of paint there. So they will, and especially on Inkblot, a map to where the zone is very hard to paint. I say they have an advantage as far as paint goes, but they will find themselves going 2 down immediately, possibly 3, and I can find a pick here on his flames. But a nice job there by the flames to maneuver around that. It's going to find a 2v2 situation and win that, 2v2 situation and win that for his team. The bottom chance to come back in, and they're going to look to probably paint the zone and take in their control.
I am just not really. We haven't seen a single booyah from either teams, and I was just thinking, like as you said, because of that structure in the middle of Inkblood, certain specials such as Booyah Bomb do not handle well as far as painting the zone. But the Explosher, on the other hand, is going to have a field day. He doesn't have any problem getting over that with his arc.
Yeah, this X-Block X-Bow must be seeding this entire game. All that's happening to them is that they're getting messed up constantly and being pincered constantly. This X-Bow just not having a chance to breathe at all during this entire set. But paint control still in the favor of Shell here. As we do see the final pick, but it does go down for us. So they're going to find a way to mess with 3, but it's ultimately getting pushed out by this bucket. But the Junior does end up going down here. We see Eclipse in a very tough spot there. It's probably going to find himself going down as well. But they do find a pick there. Nice job trading it back. One little bit of dream situation in the favor of Shell. This Flames are going to be pushing up, but does get punished for it. But Mac Control still in the favor of Shell. As I mentioned, that pain comp is very hard to fight.
And they're getting closer and closer to the Sleepy spawn here, really pushing them onto that plat, not giving them a whole lot of breathing room. I think the Explosher has definitely had a target on his back, but he is not backing down. He is way up in their plat, just putting on the pressure, and he's not phased by it whatsoever. 40 points left for Shell, and Sleepy and others are really pushed back into their spawn at the moment.
Yeah, it just seems like once they have an opportunity to go back in and paint the zone, one player on the side of Shell seems to just clutch them and find a pick or two, and because their comp outpaints theirs, they can't find a way in. But it's their last chance to go back in. They do find 2 picks there on the bottom side. So they are able to paint that zone and extend the game for a little bit longer, and they are stuck at 9. And ultimately, and basically a white as for the jump up. But oh no, we just back into the Tri-Slosher. I don't think they see him, so you will find a pick there, but it does get punished once again. So now, Super Others has to find a way to win this game right now. That's the way they are.
If the roles are reversed, we see Sleepy and others now in control of the zone and slowly making their way into the Shell's plat. We see some plays going on the left side there, but one of Sleepy is down now, and they are slowly making their way to that Explosher, just making things rough for that Squelcher there.
Yeah, this Explosher is ultimately just single-handedly painting over them. It just seems like they should be able to get the zone, but this Explosion is making it really hard for them to maintain control of that zone. Just look at how that purple just spreads across, and look, eventually they take control of that zone and just stopping Sleepy's Others from ever regaining control of that zone and getting their points down. This Expo is doing a major work here on the side of Shell as the map is in their favor with a minute 45 left to go. Shell has to find a way back in, get to this Explosion, remove him from the premises so they can win this game.
It's going to be tough to do. We do see the Tri-Slosher going down, and they're going to be coming in from the left side. The Explosion is the last one remaining, but he's going to be taking 2 down with them, so there's only 2 members of Sleepy remaining to take the zone.
Yeah, they do find a pincer in a 2-point situation on that Expo. We see the Tri-Slosher going back into mid, but just get punished by the drop shots of that Just Motion. Not shut up by Barry hitting those drop shots. With a minute left to go, they need to find a way to take lead here. I think that's what they want. That's what's my favorite for them. Armor at the ready at the side of Shell. Lily coming here along with those missiles. Armor also being powered on the side of the along with the missiles. So this is going to be a big fight here in the zone of their plat. But they're not really aggroing in, so they're able to find a pick on this Flingza. But the Armor is coming out on the side of Shell. A major fight right here, but they do trade it back. Oh no, they don't trade at all. But the zone is capped for the side of the Shell. They are going to add a penalty point at the Flames. Finds a pick there. They find another pick there. Nice teamwork right there, but it also does get traded back. Now zone in position on the side of Sleepy plus Others with only 40 seconds left to go. They're going to try to pick off this Explosion right there. Yeah, they do find a pick on the Explosion. In a 4-position situation right here, they're always going to lock out here, find a pick on this Tri-Slosher, but he takes 2 down with him. This is going to be very tough. They're going to put 3 down now on Sleepy plus Others, and now Barry is forced to back out here with Swift looking to go in this game.
Having a backplant on this map, you really want to have control of the mid area because that's where you can really get the most reach. But Barry here just have not been having a good time with the missiles and the Explosher targeted in on them. He's not had a good chance to just take control of the mid area, and so there's not a whole lot of defensive presence because of that. And I think that's been in the advantage of Shell here as they've been pushing in. That being said, though, last 2 seconds, Sleepy and others in control with 3 down for the side of Shell, and they are going to have to really dig their heels in to lock them out. The Flingza can get a little pick on the end, but that is half and half.
Oh no, but this Tri-Slosher and the Flingza making a sneaky play right there. Also be going 3 down, Sleepy plus Others, and that is the game. What a clutch play by the Flingza there, taking 2 down with him when he should have been dead, and that will wrap up SOS 73. Shell are your champions.
GG's to all the teams. This was such a close match right up to the end. Wow. I have no words left.
That was a very entertaining set, I would say. Very exciting set overall. Sleepy plus Others gave it their best shot. They were so close to winning. All the games were super close. It could have gone either way, but Shell just a little bit better there. ultimately that Flingza just doing a lot of work there on all of these games they participated in, and that's what gave them the win.
Coming in clutch with the picks there.
Man, that will wrap up SOS 73. Congratulations to Shell. But don't forget to give a round of applause to our runner, us being Sleepy plus others. And that will pretty much stop our time here, Matt. Where can the people find you?
You can find me on both Twitch and Twitter at IMadGamerII. And where could the good people find you?
You can find me on Twitch streaming all the time at Stormy Senpai 2. Find me on YouTube at Stormy Senpai and on Twitter at Stormy Spam. Don't forget to sign up for Super Jump and a Riptide. Both events coming up real soon. See you guys.
You definitely won't want to miss out.